I'm being Kenny on this upload. CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video. The Dallas Mavericks just beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 6. And so here we are doing an off-season rebuild of the Oklahoma City Thunder. This might be the easiest one yet. As far as what they need to do going into the next couple of seasons, I mean, they already have their core here, right? They got Gilgeous-Alexander, they got Jalen Williams, they got Chet. Those are like, I guess, the top three players on the team right now, if you will. Giddey, didn't have a great stretch during some of those Mavs games, but he'll be just fine. Lou Dort, as a Mavs fan, I absolutely despise Lou Dort, but I can't deny he does bring some energy to the team. And then, of course, we got Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe. Oh my goodness, Isaiah Joe is such a great shooter. As a Mavs fan, I got so nervous every time he touched the ball at the three-point line because he's incredible shooting the ball from deep. Gordon Hayward probably going to let him go. And yeah, there you go. So a couple of areas where there could be some improvement going into next season. I'm not a big fan of Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, coming off the bench at the center position. He's a little bit undersized. Thunder fans, please, give me a shout in the comments below as far as, is he someone that the Thunder should continue building with in the future? I know it's only his second season. I'm just not very big on him, especially after that series with the Mavs. Not overly impressed. So I'm thinking we get a new backup center, someone that still is around 7 feet tall, because Chet's really the only 7-foot guy on this team, right? I mean, other than, Mike Muscala's not playing. Bismack Biyombo's undersized. He's not playing. That's basically it. You got one 7-foot guy on the team. It would be nice to have another tall presence off the bench. Simulating the rest of the playoffs, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals, and the Knicks win. Luka gets Finals MVP. He averaged a 38-point triple-double, but the Knicks end up taking it. They win in Game 7 by 4 points. Oh, could you imagine? Oh, that would be something else. By the way, before I forget to mention, just because of how low the inflation rate is and how, if you've seen other rebuild videos I've done, it seems like there's a ton of 80-plus overall players just chilling in the free agent market that never get signed. We are bumping up the inflation rate to the max, and we'll see how that goes. We're skipping right past the draft as we had no draft picks in this one. Obviously, the draft lottery also already happened. It did play out the same. The Hawks ended up with the first pick. All right, so that's pretty nice. And here are all of the team options. We got Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, and Yang. We're, of course, going to accept all of these team options, keep all the guys on the roster. LeBron has declined his player option. Paul George has declined his. No surprises there. Qualifying offers, we'll go ahead and extend them to all these guys for now. And before we dive into free agency contract extensions, Isaiah Joe, 100%. Yes, we're bringing you back for another couple years. Would love to have you back. Aaron Wiggins is refusing to re-sign, so we'll be looking to trade him possibly. We'll have to see, maybe get another draft pick or two to add to the large pool of draft picks that the Thunder have. Now, like I said earlier, I think one area the Thunder could improve in is signing a big to come off the bench. And I mean, look at this. We can afford Nick Claxton. We can afford Jonas Valanciunas, Jalen Duren, Isaiah Hartenstein, Drummond. So although I don't know how likely it is that the Thunder would actually be able to land Nick Claxton in real life, yeah, we're definitely going to go 4 years. Why not? The most money that we can offer. And there you go. He agrees in principle, so we'll go ahead and simulate through that. He has signed. Perfect. And of course, now after signing Nick Claxton, the other Jalen Williams, the center, the relations, it shows he's upset. Of course, his playing time would get significantly cut if he stayed on this roster. So what we are going to do now is put him in the trade finder, see if anything comes up. Him and Wiggins are the two guys that we're going to have to be looking to trade here. Ideally, we get some draft picks in return because we're going to have a lot of guys on huge salaries over the next couple years, and we need the hard cap space for that. So where else can we, find room to add good players is through draft picks and signing them on rookie contracts. Now, something else to note, we want to get some draft picks for next year's draft because Cooper Flagg is available in that draft, and ideally we are going to try to trade up to the #1 pick. We have enough of a big pool of draft picks that we could go all out for the generational talent of Cooper Flagg. So there's this trade right here to get San Antonio's 2025 first round pick. I'm thinking we definitely accept that. We also get Julian to come off the bench. I honestly don't know a whole lot about him other than I've played with him in NBA 2K's Play Now Online mode, and let's just say he's pretty good at hitting those threes consistently, so we are going to go ahead and make that trade and get San Antonio's first round pick. One more player that we may consider trading towards the trade deadline this upcoming season is Josh Giddey. He's got 1 year left on his contract. He doesn't seem to be eligible for a contract extension, at least the game is not letting me sign him to one. And so I'm thinking, his stock is currently at an all-time low. Let's let him play some regular season games, kind of, build some momentum, show that he's got value, and see what comes up in the trade finder for him. And lastly, one thing that we need to note about this team, which I think everyone is already aware, there is not a single player on this team now that is over 30 years old. Now that we've lost Gordon Hayward, we're not re-signing him. This team is incredibly young, and having some kind of veteran presence may prove to be very helpful. By the way, for those of you wondering, yes, the Hawks did indeed draft Alexander Sarr with the #1 pick, so he is going to be there along with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. It looks like they haven't traded away either of those two players yet, so they're going all in. They're committing to a trio of Trae, DeJounte, and Sarr. And again, don't know if this is a glitch, but you guys saw us try to re-sign Josh Giddey, extend his contract. We get this warning here: players on rookie scale contracts can only sign extensions during the offseason prior to the final option year of their contract. And we attempted that, and the game would not let us. So here we are. We're stuck. We can't re-sign him. It is what it is. That doesn't mean we can't go over the salary cap in the offseason if we choose to try to keep him, but we may look to trade him. Because look, even if he has a great start to the regular season now, it could be another one of those situations where he just doesn't perform in the playoffs. And this probably goes without saying, but he's had a little bit of PR issues in the past. Who's to say those don't come up again? So let's go ahead, we'll simulate to the trade deadline, and we'll look to see if there's any kind of good trade offers for him. But before we start, we only have 14 players on this roster, and look who's available in the free agent pool. Would Russell Westbrook accept a 1 year, $7.8 million contract to return to the Thunder as a veteran leader? No, he won't. He declined. He does not want to come back. As previously mentioned, we could use a veteran presence on this team, so let's go ahead. We'll bring in Danny Green. He could possibly fill in off the bench even if, we got some injuries that end up happening. If you look at the guard position, that's where we're a little bit weaker. So Danny Green coming in, possibly, maybe. Yeah, we'll just have to see. But, he's been there before. He's been to the finals. He's won the finals. He's lost in the playoffs too. So he's got all the experience to kind of help guide these younger players in what it takes. The rotation to start the 2024-2025 NBA season, we got Shea at the 1, Giddey at the 2, Dort at the 3, Jalen Williams at the 4, Nick Claxton. Wait a minute. No. We're not starting Nick Claxton. Chet Holmgren will start at the 5, Claxton off the bench, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Lindy Waters, and then there's the rest of the bench here. All the bench players, guys that are most likely not going to get a lot of playing time unless there is some sort of injury. We're at the trade deadline, and I think it's safe to say that we're a championship favorite. 44 wins and 6 losses. I don't think it gets much better than that. Right now, none of the roster appears to be injured. Josh Giddey is having one heck of a time. He's currently sitting at an 84 overall with a boost up to an 85 with the teammate chemistry. Shea is up to a 99 overall with the teammate chemistry boost. Yeah, this team's great, and I'm not sure I want to ruin the team chemistry by trading Giddey away, but we're just going to see what's available on the market because the goal is long-term rebuild, right? We want to be able to three-peat here at the least. Oh my goodness. No, we're not doing that trade. What else? Any other good offers? None of these are looking very appealing, to be honest. We could get Jamal Murray, but then we ruin our depth at center. This trade would be okay for long-term rebuild, maybe. No, we got to re-sign those guys, so that's not going to work out. Şengün, we'd have way too many centers at this point. And Şengün's also going to be a free agent, so it doesn't really make much sense to... Oh my goodness, no. We are not going to bring in Bradley Beal. All right, none of these offers are looking very appealing. Now, the other thing that we want to look at here is see what is up with our future draft picks. How are they being valued right now? What are the Spurs and the Jazz doing? Where are they in the standings? We have both of their picks, and I'd be curious to see where they currently sit, to see what kind of odds we're going to have. Oh my goodness. They are the worst 2 picks in the West. The Spurs pick is tied for the worst, and the Jazz, oh my gosh. Okay, we have a real chance of getting the number 1 pick. We're going to go ahead. Let's see if there's any contract extensions that I missed. Nope, no one is eligible, so we can just proceed with simulating the rest of the season. Shai gets the MVP award with 26 points per game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block on 55% shooting from the field. Ron Holland is the Rookie of the Year with the Chicago Bulls. Naz Reid, another 6th Man of the Year award. Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, Asar Thompson. And we won Coach and Executive of the Year once again. And ooh, look at that record. Look at that record. Do you all see the record? Shai gets All-NBA First Team. And, okay, no other recognitions there. All Defensive First Team, Shai gets that as well. Chet gets All Defensive Second Team. And for the rookie teams, no one from the Thunder. So, yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a 71-win season in our first season of this rebuild. Obviously not a very difficult rebuild, but we did rebuild the team slightly nonetheless, and here we are. Number 1 seed, up like 19 games to the 2 seed New Orleans Pelicans, and those are the only 2 teams in the West with more than 50 wins. Oh my goodness, look at the Eastern Conference. The number 1 seed has 48 wins? How did all the other teams do this poorly? I mean, I guess I shouldn't say poorly, it's just very competitive. Look at this. Look how closely ranked, I mean, from the 1 seed all the way down to the 6 seed. The teams are within 4 games of each other. That's insane. And also worth noting, the Spurs and the Jazz get the 3rd and 4th worst records in the NBA, which means they have a pretty good chance of getting the number 1 pick. We own those picks, is what I meant to say. So we're going to have a pretty good chance. Let's go ahead and look at the stats for the regular season. Obviously, we already saw Shai's stats. He got 26 points per game. Jalen Williams with 20 points per game. Chet with 29 and 1, and he also got 2.5 blocks. We got Nick Claxton getting 2 blocks off the bench, averaging a near double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Isaiah Joe doing what he does. Again, I fear him from the 3-point line as a Mavs fan, 44% from 3. And the first round matchup is the Dallas Mavericks. You know, obviously, oh my goodness, no, the Mavs won game 1. That's unbelievable. All right, let's keep going. Thunder up 2-1. Shai has an injury, but he can play through it, so we're going to leave that be with the rotation. Thunder win game 3, win 4 and 5. All right, so we're moving on to the next round. Going up against the Denver Nuggets. Who is on this team now? They still have pretty much the same team with the addition of Dario Saric. Where did Aaron Gordon go? Is he injured? Is he off this team? He appears to be injured. So otherwise, pretty much the same roster. We'll go ahead, start with this one. Shai's injury's fully healed. Perfect. Denver wins game 1, however. Get in game 2. Let's get home court advantage right back. Winning the next 3 games in a row and moving on in 5. And the Los Angeles Lakers, with LeBron James returning, making it to the conference finals. It is the exact same roster with the starting lineup. They signed Patrick Williams, Alec Burks in the offseason. There is no sign of Bronny James anywhere. They also got Maxi Kleber from the Dallas Mavericks. So I guess that was enough to propel them ahead, and they've made the conference finals here. Josh Giddey with a new injury. He's going to play through that. We're up 2-0, 3-0. Let's get that 4-0. There you go. And over on the other side of the bracket, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, who, do they have Mitchell and Garland? They still have Mitchell and Garland. Interesting. And who else do they have? Anyone to note? Doesn't seem to be the case. Same roster as this season. So another surprising appearance here in the NBA Finals. The Cavs win 1 on the road. And okay, oh my goodness, no, this is going to be, please don't make this a 7-game series. Thank you. All right, the Thunder win in 6 games. Shai gets the Finals MVP with 32 points per game. LeBron has still not retired. He still wants to get that additional ring to add to his resume. Okay, draft lottery time. Here we go. Can we get a number 1 pick? pick. Look at that. I totally forgot about the other pick that we had. The Clippers pick is right up there as well. So we have pretty good odds of getting that #1 pick. Fingers crossed if we don't get it, which we don't. Okay, wow. We had the chance for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now we have 4th, 5th, 6th. All right, we are going to trade up in this draft. Hands down, I want Cooper Flagg on this team. So let's go ahead and see if we can make it happen. Oh my goodness, and it's the Rockets that have the 1 and the 2 pick. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's go ahead. I don't have high hopes at all, but it's worth trying at least, right? Yeah, no offers found, no surprises. So we're gonna have to input this ourselves. Let's just see if they'd be ridiculous enough to do the 4th pick for the 1st pick straight up. No, they would not, obviously. Let's see if they'll take the 10th pick too. Actually, you know what? Hold up. Let's give them the 10th pick and the 6th pick. Let's see if they'll take that. No, they do not want to do that. Let's do 10th pick and 5th pick. Maybe? No. Okay. Let's do. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. So let's not add. Let's just add the 10th pick. Let's just add a whole bunch of future 1st round picks. And then we can have the 1, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, there's 4 draft picks on the table. Not going to do it for them. Let's go ahead and add this next pick. Will this do it? There we go. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Okay, so now future draft picks. We have the 1 pick, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th in this draft. Who else is available? Are these guys that we even want, or do we want to put together a package of the 4th, 5th, and 6th pick to go ahead and trade for some kind of veteran superstar player? I'm not really sure. Let's just see. Who do we have here? We got Dylan Harper, got Ace Bailey, Cooper Flagg. Let's see. What else? What else do we got here? Honestly, these are the 2 guys that we should be going for, I think. It's Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey. Dylan Harper, maybe. It really just depends if we can get Josh Giddey back in free agency, which is not a guarantee. So if we look at the roster as it stands right now, we got Shea and Cason Wallace at the 1. Giddey, who could be leaving this team. We desperately need to try to bring him back. Isaiah Joe, we got Lindy Waters, Flagler, and then Dort. We don't necessarily need to keep Dort. That would be fine if we let him go. Who else? Got Jalen Williams at a 90 overall. We got to keep him if we can. Chet and Nick Claxton. So yeah, I'd say our weak point, if we lose Giddey, it's going to be the 2 and then the 3. So getting at least 1 forward would be pretty nice. So we're for sure going to get Cooper Flagg at the 1st pick. There's no question about that. It really just depends. Ace Bailey, is he available? Man, a lot of these mock drafts got him going 1 or 2. So I think we're going to need to trade up if we want to get that pick. Now, if I were to go ahead and just take a look and see what kind of trade offer comes up for the 2nd pick, of course, they want the 1st pick. Well, we're not giving you the 1st pick for the 2nd pick. And one more thing I said I was going to try to do, if we package the 4, 5, and 6 pick together, oh my goodness, we could get De'Aaron Fox on this team, or Julius Randle, or Wendell Carter Jr., or Michael Bridges, or RJ Barrett, or, I mean, some of these other ones are not so great. I don't think we want to do De'Aaron Fox. He's an expiring contract, and we have Shea. We don't need De'Aaron Fox. Julius Randle. Ooh, we could do this. It's for Julius Randle in the 3rd pick. Interesting. That might actually not be bad, because if we do this, we could try to trade the 3rd pick up to the 2nd pick to get Ace Bailey. Because look, we don't need that many young guys on the roster, I don't think. I mean, it really just depends how soon do we have to sign any of these guys to an extension. So hold on, let's look at the finances. So we need to extend Chet, Jalen Williams, Josh Giddey if we can land him, Cason Wallace if we choose to keep him. Yeah, actually, that's a lot of money. I don't know if we got that money. Well, you know what they say, go big or go home. So I think we could do this and then try to trade up for the 2nd pick. Although I feel like if I put in a trade offer, like proposed a trade to the Rockets, make it like the 4 and the 5 for the 2, they'd probably also take that. Time to finesse the Rockets some more. Let's see if we can make this happen. So far, no dice. 5th and 6th pick. They've agreed. All right, sweet. So now we got the 1st pick, the 2nd pick, and the 4th pick in the draft. And then we have no first round picks again until 2028 and 2029, which is fine because at that point, I mean, we're just looking to 3-peat or 4-peat here and then move on. But you know what? I'm not done being greedy. Let's move up from the 4th pick to the 3rd pick. I'm not going to accept this deal right here, but this at least is showing that the Thunder are willing to negotiate. We want to keep Lu Dort around for the time being, at least as a trade piece for a different type of player, if anything else. I don't really want Mitch Robinson. So straight up, 4th pick for 3rd pick, that's definitely not going to happen. And their counter offer is once again just Lu Dort, Mitch Robinson. We have a ton of 2nd round picks that I have no interest in at this time. So we're just going to pile them up and see if they'll take the bait. Ooh, and this is not so, oh, but they want the 2029 1st round pick. I mean, that is our own 1st round pick. We're going to be a good team by then. It's just we don't need Mitchell Robinson on this team. He's of no use. He's just going to get traded away again. Let's just keep piling on 2nd round picks here. Eventually, they got to take the bait. And there you go. We finessed the league and got the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pick in this draft. So that means, without a doubt, we're taking Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, and I'm leaning towards Dylan Harper over VJ Edgecombe at the 2. VJ Edgecombe's ceiling is all NBA. What is Dylan Harper's all NBA? I mean, I guess you can't really go wrong with either of those two choices. Okay, we ran these guys through pre-draft workouts, individual workouts, and VJ Edgecombe was by far the fastest player. Well, I shouldn't say by far. You know, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper are right there with him. Look at the vertical. Edgecombe's got the edge there. Look at the bench press. You know, Ace Bailey and Cooper Flagg. We're going to draft both those guys there right at the top. VJ Edgecombe pretty close. So now I'm actually starting to lean VJ Edgecombe just because of those stats. And then if we look at, ooh, moving 3-pointer, Jaleel Bethia, 19 of 25. Okay, 17. I mean, 17's not bad either. Where are we at here? I mean, VJ's towards the top. Jaleel Bethia seems to be the better 3-point shooter from University of Miami, Florida. Moving college 3. Oh my goodness, Dylan Harper. Okay. Ooh, Jaleel. Jaleel's not too bad. Maybe we were okay with like the 4th, 5th, or 6th pick. But I think what we're going to end up doing is take VJ, probably. I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards here. No significant weaknesses. Ace Bailey, no significant weaknesses. And Cooper Flagg, no significant weaknesses. Okay, NBA draft time. I am curious to see what kind of trade offers we're going to get. So just curious to see what kind of crazy offers. Oh, yeah, Kawhi for the 1st pick. Totally, we'll take an aging Kawhi. LaMelo Ball, Lauri Markkanen, and De'Aaron Fox once again becoming available by the Sacramento Kings. Oh my goodness. The Warriors are offering a 37-year-old Steph Curry and Trace Jackson Davis for Nick Claxton in the #1 pick. That's how big of a deal Cooper Flagg apparently is. This is hilarious. I don't think I've seen a trade offer from the CPU for Steph Curry before, at least not this early. That's insane. What would happen if we put the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pick up in the trade finder? No offers found because no one has anything they could offer. The 1st and the 2nd pick, there's only 1 offer, and then the 2nd and the 3rd pick, there's 5 offers, and none of them are looking that appealing. So there you go. Decision made. Pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and take Cooper Flagg with the #1 pick. Ace Bailey taken with the #2 pick. And then moment of truth, again from the workouts. But Dylan Harper's already an 81 overall. Man. You know, VJ's definitely the more athletic one. So, we can't really go wrong with either of these two guys. So we'll take VJ at #3, and that will do it. I'm curious. I bet the Rockets will end up taking... Oh, they made a trade? Or who made a trade? Oh my goodness. The Knicks got Kawhi Leonard. That's interesting. Or was that the clip? Yeah, the Knicks got Kawhi Leonard for that pick. Oh man. Okay, so the Rockets, no one's taking Dylan Harper. There we go. The Rockets took Dylan Harper. We'll go ahead now and just simulate to the end. And there you go. The new big 3, the up and coming Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, all getting signed. Team options, of course, we're going to sign all of these guys. We can offer the qualifying offer to Josh Giddey's a restricted free agent. So yeah, I guess we might as well try. Okay, we're to the last day of free agency, and it looks like a team has finally given... Oh my goodness, yeah, no. I don't think Giddey wants to take that offer. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and there you go, accepts the qualifying offer. So now if we look at player progression, Shea at a 97 overall, Chet in a 92, Jalen Williams at an 89, Giddey at an 83, Claxton at 83, Lou Dort at an 80, Cooper Flagg at an 8. This team is stacked. Okay, extension time. Shea is eligible, and I think it's a no-brainer. You offer him the money now so that you don't lose him later or don't make him upset. Lou Dort will re-sign. I'm not sure how much I want to keep Lou Dort around long-term, but and for that money, I don't know. Isaiah Joe, definitely going to extend him another couple years. Julian is refusing to re-sign. I mean, it's a little bit early for that. He's still around for another couple years, and honestly, that's okay if he refuses to re-sign. Kenrich Williams is willing to re-sign for the minimum. That's cool. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Another couple years for Lou Dort. We'll do it because we'll still have Cooper Flagg and Ace Billy on this contract, rookie contracts, I should say. So the starting lineup, Shea at the 1, Giddey at the 2, Lou Dort at the 3, Jalen Williams at the 4, Chet at the 5, and then off the bench, we got Nick Claxton, Cooper Flagg, Cason Wallace, Ace Bailey, and then guys that aren't currently getting playing time but might at some point, Isaiah Joe, VJ Edgecombe, still got Dieng, we still got Julian, and then Kenrich Williams and Flagler. Now, once again, Giddey's in that situation where we may look to see what's on the trade finder. He is an expiring contract. We can't actually trade him until January 25th, so we'll be looking at the trade deadline once again. Okay, we're at the trade deadline, and we are about to enter an off season at the end of the season where we're going to have some decisions to make as far as which players to spend money on. Like I had previously said, Josh Giddey was he's candidate number 1, really. If we look at what are his stats right now? What are his stats? Come on. It's probably a lot higher than you would expect. Yeah, he's got 7 rebounds a game, 6 assists per game on 17 points per game. I mean, he's doing great, don't get me wrong. Jalen Williams, how has he been? 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Honestly, Jalen Williams, look, so here's the problem. We're currently 46-5. I don't want to ruin the team chemistry, but at the same time, Jalen Williams, his playing is going to go way down as Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey start to pick it up. They're only 19. Jalen Williams is 24. And don't get me wrong, 24 is still young, but we got to make room for the other guys, and it'd be interesting to see just what kind of offers pop up for some of these guys, expiring contracts. The only offer for Giddey right now is this one right here, so that's definitely a no. And then Jalen Williams at a 90 overall, expiring contract. There's a few offers coming up. I don't really like any of them. Dort's another guy where, you know, if he's taking up too much salary, like I would prefer to have these 3 guys back if it means we have to lose Dort. So if we put Dort in the trade finder, there's no good offers for him either. All right, so we're just gonna proceed on, and we'll worry about things. You know, we'd rather keep the team as it is right now and get that championship. The only problem we have on this team is Julian right here is a 76 overall. On any other team, he's getting playing time. He's definitely not getting playing time on this Thunder team. And he is upset about it, and I'm concerned that that might be part of the reason why we've lost some games. So I'm going to be looking to see if we can just trade him maybe for like a draft pick. And there you go. There's an offer in the trade finder, a couple draft picks from the Spurs, and it looks like we need to add a trade exception. Whoops, I forgot to accept that. There you go. Okay, so he's off the team now. We can go ahead and sign a veteran presence to go into the playoffs with. And look who's available, Chris Paul. What does he want? Oh my goodness, we could get Chris Paul his ring. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not? Sign Chris Paul to the 1-year deal, returning to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's of course probably not going to get any playing time, but this is the ultimate ring chasing right here. Signing with a team that is currently 46 wins and 5 losses. Yeah, no doubt. And we're 2 to 3 days from the end of the regular season. Shea has a new injury, hyperextended right shoulder for the season, allegedly, but he can play through it. We'll see how it goes. He wins the MVP again, 29 points per game, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals. And I forgot to look at the Rookie Player of the Year. My apologies. I'm sure it was probably Cooper Flagg, maybe. Hold on, let's see. Rookie, yeah, all rookie first team. Where can we see the accolades? I might have just passed it. Okay, yeah, he was just all rookie first team. He was not the Rookie of the Year. It looks like Liam McNeely, who was drafted 12th, ends up winning Rookie of the Year. I think the only reason Cooper Flagg did not win it is because he was not getting enough playing time. Ace Bailey is on the all-rookie second team. All defensive teams, we got Shea on the first team, no Chet to be found on the second team, and no other all-NBA guys other than Shea. And I mean, that's to be expected. We have a lot of depth on this team. We had another 70-plus win game season, 71 wins, 11 losses. Sacramento and Denver at the 2 and the 3, the only other two teams in the Western Conference with over 50 wins. And the only two teams in the East with over 50 wins being the Cavs and the Sixers. And the Cavs, it looks like they moved on from Darius Garland, potentially. Yes, it looks like they finally moved on. So they chose Mitchell over Garland. They got Jason Tatum. Okay, yeah, I mean, I would take Tatum over Garland too, probably. They got DeMar DeRozan, Trey Jones, quite a roster there. So besides Shea, we got Chet with 19 per game, Giddey with 17, 8 and 7. We got Jalen Williams with 17, 5 and 5. Cooper Flagg with 15, 5 and 2. Lou Dort getting 10 points per game. Ace Bailey with 9 points off the bench. Nick Claxton still getting a block per game. And I mean, it's just an incredible team. I don't see how we don't win the championship here. We're going against the Houston Rockets in round 1. They have a couple of those rookies, including Dylan Harper, who we ended up passing up on for VJ Edgecombe. So let's see how this goes. The Thunder are going to win game 1. We have a new injury that I honestly do not care about. Up 3-0, and there you go, we got the sweep. Round 2 versus Minnesota. This team has Dennis Smith Jr. now. No more Mike Conley, maybe? Is he off the bench? I don't see him. I don't see him. Okay, no more Mike Conley. He probably retired at this point. Dennis Smith Jr., the new starting point guard. Rudy Gobert's regressed a little bit. They still have their core otherwise, and it's going to be tough as the Timberwolves win game 1 on the road in OKC. They end up winning game 3 at home too. It is a close series, but it looks like we are going to pull away and make it to the conference finals yet again. The Utah Jazz now making it. They got Cade Cunningham and Paul George. Oh man, this team's actually low-key kind of dangerous. Thunder taking game 1, taking game 2. This could be a sweep. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon. But we are going to win this one in 5. Shea gets the conference finals MVP. We're going up against the Thunder in the finals. They have LaMelo. They got Stephon Cassell from University of Connecticut. Got Brandon Miller. They got an 85 overall Kawhi Leonard, who's now 34 years old. I'm surprised he is still toughing it out with all the injury history that he has. And they have a pretty solid bench, man. They got Mark Williams. They got Gary Trent Jr. They got Bol. They got Derrick Jones Jr. Yeah, they got a decent squad there. So good for them. However, we're still gonna take it to them and sweep to win the NBA Finals. Shea with Finals MVP again. LeBron at 41 years old. I'm not going to overwrite this. I'm going to let him ride off in the sunset. 23 years old. I say right off in the sunset. He didn't win anything, but we're gonna let him retire. Kevin Durant's retiring in the same year, so I think it's very fitting. Cason Wallace, we are going to accept the team option for him, and we are now entering the danger zone. Luka is available. He declined his player option. Qualifying offers. Chet's a restricted free agent. Jalen Williams is a restricted free agent. We are going to attempt. Oh my goodness. I don't know that we want to keep Dieng. How has he been doing for this team? We just don't have a need for him, but we could also trade him for draft picks, so I shouldn't be sleeping on that. He did not play a single game. Not a single game for this team last season. And he's a 77 overall, but let's try to get him on the qualifying offer. And yeah, we're definitely going to have to be trying to match someone's contract because there are a ton of teams going after Chet. I'm assuming Giddey is someone. Okay, Giddey's an unrestricted free agent. He's getting an offer from the Spurs for $14 million, and then no one else is giving an offer to Jalen Williams at the moment. This is day 1 of the moratorium period, so yet to be seen how things are going to play out here. Okay, and there you go. Now Jalen Williams has a flood of offers coming in. The Kings are trying to steal him away. That's a huge offer. offer. Jalen Williams is prepared to accept an offer from the Kings. We're given the opportunity to match. Chet is prepared to accept an offer from the Warriors. We're given an opportunity to match. We're going to match both of those, assuming we are able to, and we are. And now there's the race to get Josh Giddey. And so far, all the offers for Josh Giddey are not good. No one wants him. We have not made an offer to him yet. We probably should. And we'll go ahead and offer him a full 5-year contract, even though, to be honest, we don't have a lot of competition here as far as the offers that are being given to him. And there you go. We got all 3 guys back. I would say that's very successful for an offseason so far. What do we got here? So we have all of these guys locked in for the next 4 to 5 years. We have Cooper Flagg on his rookie contract. We got Ace Bailey on his rookie contract. Cason Wallace for 1 more year, Lou Dort for the next 3 years, and Nick Claxton for the next 2 years. Can we extend any of these guys, like Claxton? Do we have the money? We have the money to extend Claxton. I think we have to do it. Although I'm a little hesitant. I'm a little hesitant only because, again, I don't know what the money situation is going to be by the time we need Cooper. I mean, we can trade Claxton if it comes to that. Let's go ahead and extend him. Shouldn't be a decision that we have to make. Cason Wallace, how has he been for us? How much playing time? 5 points per game. He's shooting really well from the field, but do we really want to give such a huge contract extension, $30 million per year, to a guy that only averages 5 points per game? That just logically, I don't know about that. I mean, if we don't re-sign him or extend him now, then we're not going to be able to extend him during the season because he is on his rookie contract, on the last year of it anyways. So let's go ahead and extend him, and then we're going to have to look to trade him. We don't really have much of a choice. We got too many cooks in the kitchen. And in preparation for potentially trading Cason Wallace, we're going to go ahead and re-sign Chris Paul here to a minimum deal. We got him 1 ring. Let's go ahead and get him another. Other than that, I'm not really sure this team has any needs that it needs to fill other than some veteran players, perhaps. I mean, we're good at the 2. We're good at the 3, unless we want to trade Lou Dort. We're good at the 4. Cooper Flagg and Jalen Williams can fit in at the 3 too. We're good at the 5, and this team's good. I mean, we might as well just fall asleep, simulate this for the next 5 years. We probably win every championship. We're just gonna sign the oldest veteran players available, just because we got to fill out the roster actually, and well, they'll be the guys to get some more rings. Who needs a ring? Kelly Olynyk, do you want a ring? We could give you a ring. CJ McCollum, do you want a ring? Oh, he wants a lot of money actually. Hold up, we need to go not all positions, but all positions affordable. There we go. Could get Jordan Clarkson a ring. Could we get Tim Hardaway Jr. a ring? Could we get Victor Oladipo. Who doesn't like Victor Oladipo? Let's go ahead and sign him to the minimum contract. Oh, and I forgot about some of the other players on that team. But it is what it is. Okay, so we lost, what's his name? I already forgot who we lost. There's another player we had that was a free agent that I forgot about. That was a 77 overall, but it is what it is. I think we're okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players that are 80 plus overall, so I'm not losing any sleep. Okay, I need to drop a player from the roster. I'm curious to see if we could, oh, perfect. Yeah, there you go. We can trade Kendrick Williams for a first-round draft pick. Yeah, we'll go ahead and accept that. No problem. The starting lineup, it's the same starting lineup. I'm not even going to announce it. Off the bench, we got Nick Claxton, Cooper Flagg, Cason Wallace, Ace Bailey, and then we also have VJ Edgecombe and an 80 overall who's not getting any playing time. I hope he's okay with that. We have some of our veterans. We got Isaiah Joe still. Like I said earlier, let's just see what kind of trade offers we have available. Who is the guy? Cason Wallace. There you go. We just extended him. He's getting paid a little bit too much for what he actually contributes to this team. So let's just see what's available. We could take a step back. Hold on. How many years pro? 2 years pro. So still 2 more years. There you go. We could do that trade. Ooh, we could get, I don't care about D'Angelo Russell. That's not what I was getting excited about. I was getting excited about this draft pick here. You know what? Let's just let it be for now. Let's just ride the wave. Let's see if we can get to an 82-0 season, and right off the bat we lose game 3. I guess it's not happening. Well, this is really weird looking at as a Mavs fan, but Luka is on the Kings. He won the MVP with them, 26 points per game, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. I forgot to look at the rest of the awards. My apologies. Shea is on the All-NBA first team, and no one else from the Thunder on the other All-NBA teams. Shea on the All-Defensive first team, and rookies, no one. Okay, so we got the first seed again, but I mean, maybe the season was kind of a failure. We only got 66 games, or 66 wins. We couldn't even hit 70 wins this season. Are you kidding me? No, but we did have a lot of injury troubles. Shea got injured a few times. Chet got injured a few times. VJ Edgecombe got injured a couple times. I believe Giddey was out early in the season a few times. So, yeah, unfortunately, not so great. The Spurs are only 8 games back. The Kings only 9 games back here in the West. They are looking like some dangerous competition here in the Western Conference. Over in the East, there's only one team that looks like it's, you know, worth losing sleep over, and that would be the Detroit Pistons of all teams. So they have a pretty solid roster. Looking at the season stats for our team, Shea with 25 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, a block, shooting over 50% from the field, looking pretty solid. Chet's got 20 points per game, 9 boards, 2.5 blocks. Cooper Flagg, 19 points per game. Look how many players we got getting at least 1 block a game. That's unbelievable. And then scoring-wise, I mean, this team's on another level. We got 2 guys getting 20 plus per game, a 3rd guy that's pretty close to that. We got another 4 guys on top of that are also getting double digits in scoring. Not to mention, we got this defensive menace coming off the bench in Nick Claxton. Isaiah Joe can hit those threes. And then we got some veterans. We got Chris Paul looking to get his 2nd ring. We got Oladipo looking to get his 1st. We got Tristan Thompson looking to add another one to his resume. So looking good going into the playoffs here. Our matchup in the first round is the Denver Nuggets, which is pretty dangerous. They still got Jokic. They got this really good rookie here, Julian Strawther. They got Jamal Murray. They got our former backup center, Jalen Williams, who first year in Denver now in 2026-2027, 10 points per game. He's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. Okay, winning the first 2 games at home, going to game 3 on the road, still winning them, and going to sweep the series. Round 2 matchup is against Portland. They still have Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe with Anthony Simons coming off the bench. They did pick up Pascal Siakam from the Pacers. They have this Jalen Tyson character over on the 3. They got Reed Shepherd. Yeah, they got a solid bench as well. So yeah, it could be a tough matchup. We'll go ahead, start simulating here, and winning the first 2 at home, winning the 3rd on the road. Gonna get a sweep again. Conference Finals matched up against Luka and the Sacramento Kings. They got Andre Drummond, veteran center. They still got Keegan Murray. Yeah, this team's looking pretty dangerous. Off the bench, they got the veteran Kelly Olynyk, who we had the opportunity to sign. They have Jayshawn Tate. They got Sabonis. He's injured right now, which gives us a little bit of an advantage. Winning game 1, winning game 2 are the... Cason Wallace out for the season. Thank goodness he only averages 5 points a game for this team. And we are going to sweep in the conference finals as well. Haven't lost a game yet. And going into the finals, it's going to be the Indiana Pacers, but Evan Mobley? So that's why the Pacers no longer have Pascal Siakam. They got Tyrese Halliburton at the 1, Trenton Flowers at the 2, Benedict Mathurin, Evan Mobley. They got Jarris Walker, Lonzo Ball off the bench, Mo Wagner off the bench. They still have TJ McConnell. Love TJ McConnell. Very scrappy player, really great energy off the bench. And they have some random generated players. So this one, not expecting a whole lot. And again, the Detroit Pistons team, how did they lose? They lost by 13 in the last game despite a 21-point performance from Dillingham. Unfortunate for them. Okay, we're winning game 1. Oh no, Cooper Flagg out with a torn MCL. The injury bug has been hitting this team all season, and it's starting to come into full force here. Let's go ahead and rebuild that roster, not that roster, but the rotation. We got Ace Bailey starting at the 3 now. Lou Dort coming off the bench. And, I mean, we got the next guy up. VJ Edgecombe, come on in. Isaiah Joe, come on in. This team is deep. We're gonna be just fine. Winning game 2 at home, 3-0. Shea is out now for the season with a sprained right knee. Oh my goodness. Does it get any worse than this? Chris Paul is starting. This is a 42-year-old Chris Paul starting at the 1 in Game 4 of the NBA Finals for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Can we pull this out? No, the Pacers, this could be bad. Oh, and we win. We win Game 5. Chet gets the Finals MVP. I wonder how close that last game was. It went into overtime. It took overtime, and Chet scoring 42 to pull this one out. That was a nail-biter, not in the sense of the series count, but, with Shea out, and also with, some other top guys out. Cooper, Flag, and Shea were out, okay? Do I need to say more? So we end up winning this one. We three-peat. Chris Paul is going to retire on top with 2 rings. Tristan Thompson retires with an additional ring with the Thunder. We have a ton of second-round draft picks here. We are actually not going to sign any of them. We don't need them on this team. And team options, we are going to bring back, of course, the top 3 picks from the 2025 NBA draft, no doubt. Jimmy Butler, the only big name to decline a player option and enter free agency. As far as contract extensions go, we're sitting pretty still. We got our main guys with 3 to 4 years left on their deals. We can re-sign Dort. We can re-sign Isaiah Joe. And you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead, add Dort back on for another couple years. Isaiah Joe, let's go ahead, sign him back on for another couple years to keep this team going. Any other players we want to get them their first ring? Let's take a look. Kelly Olynyk's still there. Jonas Valanciunas, Oladipo. We just had him on the team. We could bring him back. Tim Hardaway Jr., Jordan Clarkson, Buddy Hield. Who do we want to give a first ring to? There's also guys like Jonathan Isaac available right now for the minimum deal. That's pretty wild. How's he been doing recently? He was he was on some of our opponents in the playoffs recently, Houston and Detroit here. So he got 7 points per game with Detroit. Did not too bad shooting from the field. Got a block per game, a steal per game. Then again, we don't really need the guy. It's fine. Let's go ahead, bring Oladipo back for another championship run for him. We'll also see if we can get Mo Bamba his first championship. Nerlens Noel, he's had an up and down career. So yeah, let's go ahead, bring him on. Oh, I'm sorry. Jose Alvarado is a free agent too? Oh, we can't offer him today. Okay, let's go back. Offer him that position. Come on now. Where's he at? There you go, 1 year minimum. He's going to agree. We're going to sign all of these guys. Perfect. So now Shea's up to a 98 overall at 29 years old. Ace Bailey up to an 85. Cooper Flag up to an 85, but he's injured right now, out with that torn MCL. Lou Dort regressed. He's down to an 80. Maybe it's time to look into trading him. How's he been doing? I haven't really paid close attention. He's no longer a double-digit scorer for this team. He's still somewhat efficient. Like, he's not playing poorly. His minutes have regressed due to Cooper Flag and Ace Bailey stepping up. Okay, we're at the beginning of the 2027-2028 season, and this is finally the first season in where we'll go into the offseason with some first-round draft picks. It's been a couple seasons. We traded away all of those 2026, 2027 first-round picks. So they're coming back. We also have this 2029 first round Hawks pick and Thunder pick. So we need to be strategic here. It looks like this is the best of the Spurs and Celtics picks, and this other one's the best of the Thunder and Mavericks picks. I'm not sure where either of those teams are at right now. So let's just go ahead. First off, we'll look at last year's standings. And it looks like the Celtics were one of the worst teams in the league, so that's already a good start. Spurs, of course, I believe they're one of the best. Yeah, they were one of the best last year. So the Celtics probably got a top pick. Not sure how well it's going to help them. They still have Jaylen Brown. They got Scottie Pippen Jr. That's interesting. They got Porzingis. So yeah, they have, it looks like, no, that's not their rookie. Who's their rookie? Come on. Oh my goodness, they have Bradley Beal on that mega contract, or maybe he's on a new contract now. Yeah, he's getting paid $30 million per year. That's still way too much. And then the Mavs last season got into the play-in, so odds are they probably didn't get that great of a rookie. They got this guy here from the 2025 NBA draft. They do have some solid bench players. So both those picks might end up being good, and looking right now at the top prospects going into next season, they're auto-generated players. We have 7'4" Jose Mendez with his ceiling as Hakeem Olajuwon Hall of Fame level, his floor being a starter player. And then we have this other guy here, Viana, 7'1" from Brazil. We don't know what his ceiling or floor is yet, but he also looks like he's a top prospect coming in. So this 7'4" guy seems to be a generational talent. Jumps all the way out of the gym, elite vertical leap. He has elite vertical leap at 7'4". That's unbelievable. Seems to position himself well in defense, has solid mid-range. So, you know, I don't know how well spreading the floor is going to work out, but mid-range is always nice. And he's being compared to Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, we need to consider getting this guy at all costs, honestly. This might be one of those situations where we will end up trading, you know, something like Lou Dort, or just whatever we can grab. We'll trade some draft picks to move up if we need to, because that guy seems like he's going to be a beast. And before I forget, I almost forgot to rebuild this rotation here. Shea's at the 1, Giddey's at the 2, Ace Bailey's at the 3. That's right, Cooper Flagg's coming off the bench. Him and Ace Bailey are kind of neck and neck as far as who's better. We got Jalen Williams at the 4, Chet at the 5, Cooper Flagg, Nick Claxton, VJ Edgecombe, Cason Wallace off the bench, and guys that may not get any playing time yet, but will if some injury pops up, or, you know, garbage time or what have you. You got Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Mo Bamba, Victor Oladipo, Nerlens Noel, Jose Alvarado. We're at the trade deadline. Let's take a look at how some of the teams' picks that we have are doing. Celtics are towards the bottom. They're not as low as I would like them to be. Same with the Mavericks, but they are within the worst 10 teams in the league, so it looks like those picks may at least be lottery picks. You know, better than nothing. I just hope once we get around to draft time, we can trade up and get that supposed generational talent. And right now, we're still in the running for an 80-win season. I don't want to, you know, knock on wood. I'm lightly knocking on wood there, but yeah, let's hope for the best, expect the worst, and so far so good. Even with Shea being out for 2 weeks, he did have an injury. We were still able to win games, so I'm feeling good about our chances. Shea wins the MVP, 22 points, 10 assists, looking solid. Cooper Flagg wins 6th man of the year with 19 points per game off the bench, 8 boards, a steal, 1.5 blocks. Wemby's winning defensive player of the year to no one's surprise. And we didn't get 80 wins, but I believe this is the highest total we've had so far. I mean, this gets the regular season record of 75 wins and 7 losses. Shea gets on the All-NBA first team, and no other Thunder players on the All-NBA team. Shea's All-Defensive second team. It's just unfortunate there's so many great players on this team that no one else is ever able to win any awards. And looking at how some of those teams finished, the teams whose draft picks we have, the Celtics finished in the bottom 4. So that pick could end up being one of the top picks in the draft. The Mavericks moved up, so their pick probably not going to be as good. Chet had 19 per game, 8 boards. Cooper Flagg, we also just read off his stats, 19 per game. Ace Bailey, 17.5 points per game. VJ Edgecombe. Look at these top 3 guys from the 2025 draft, all contributing very well. Jalen Williams, still doing his thing anyways. Giddey, I mean, he's getting the boards, he's getting the assists, nothing flashy, but he's here, he's contributing. Dort getting 9 points per game. Claxton's not scoring, that's not what we need him for. He only got 0.8 blocks per game. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you got Chet and Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey doing their thing. Claxton's not very old, and his value is going to be high. So what we want to do is, depending on where our picks land, might package Claxton with the picks to get that generational talent at 7'4" with the intense vertical leap, and add him to the team and have him as the backup center. Cason Wallace getting 17 minutes per game. He's only averaging 4 points per game now. He's also another guy that we could package, because at 84 overall, he's not contributing a whole lot. I mean, we love to have him here. He's a great player, but he's not doing much for this team. Round 1 matchup is the New Orleans Pelicans. They still have Brandon Ingram, along with the rest of their team's not good. All right, let's get this over with. Let's get this sweep done. Up 2-0. Come on, get it done. Uh-oh, we lost a game. Lost a game on the road, but no matter. We're gonna get that series win 4-1. Second round matchup is the Memphis Grizzlies. They still have Ja Morant. They got Moses Moody, Tyler Smith, Jaren Jackson Jr. Lonzo Ball is back again as one of our opponents, this time on the Grizzlies. They still have Marcus Smart, Dante Exum. A lot of ball handlers here. Be interesting to see how they're able to do against the Thunder. And it looks like Jalen Williams has an injury. We're going to let him play through that because he's definitely very capable. And we're going to sweep to go against the Blazers. Once again, back-to-back years, they still have a lot of the same players. They still have Anthony Simons. They have Dylan Brooks now and Bradley Beal. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead. Get this series started. Jalen Williams is fully healed. That is great to hear. Let's go ahead and hopefully get this sweep. There you go. We're going to play against the winner of, oh my goodness, stomach virus. It's fine. He's fine. Oh, the Pacers make it to another NBA Finals. Tyrese once again right there with Evan Mobley. They got Jaime Jaquez Jr. on the roster now. And it looks like T.J. McConnell is no longer with the team. Oh, is that Zach LaVine I saw all the way on the bench? A 76 overall Zach LaVine. Okay. Well, let's get this started. Josh Giddey's recovered from his illness, and the Pacers steal game 2 on the road. That's a little bit concerning. Shea has a hyperextended left knee. He's day-to-day. We're going to let him play through it. And the Thunder. We end up four-peating now, getting Shea another Finals MVP. Oladipo is going to ride off into the sunset with 2 rings. He's feeling good about himself. We got some other big names retiring, Jimmy Butler being one of them, one of the biggest. Any other Thunder players leaving doesn't look like it. Here we go, the moment of truth. It's the draft lottery. Where are we at? 4th best odds to get the number 1 pick. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but maybe we get lucky. Oh my goodness. We didn't get lucky. We got the opposite of lucky. We fell back to 8th. Now granted, I think a lot of people would say the league is rigged if we moved up to 1. But we did not. And at this point, I'm sure if this happened in real life, a lot of people, it's like the Warriors' dominance. People get tired of seeing the same team winning over and over and over again, especially when they're getting 70-win seasons. So looking at the top prospects once again, it seems like this guy, Jose Mendez, is like the consensus number 1 pick. I mean, like, there's no mock draft out there that doesn't have him as the number 1 pick. And with the Bulls having the number 1 pick, I'm curious to see if we can put together some kind of a package to make things happen. I'm sure if we try to go trade finder here. Oh, there is a trade. There is a world. Jalen Williams, though. I don't want to give up Jalen Williams for this draft pick. Okay, here's what we're going to try first. We're going to try packaging the 8th pick and the 15th pick and just see if they'll take the bait on that. Doesn't look like it. If we could do this without giving up any players, that would be pretty wild. I'm not expecting it at all. But like, what if we just added these 2nd round picks to the deal as well? No, they're not really biting. Fair enough, I wouldn't either. So with that being the case, I'm just concerned that if we're going to keep Claxton around, he's going to become unhappy that he's the 3rd option for center. I'm not sure you really want Chet playing the 4, even though he definitely could play the 4. We still got Cason Wallace and Lou Dort. I feel like Lou Dort is kind of the odd man out here. Cason Wallace, we sort of need him as a backup point guard. But Lou Dort, I mean, let's go ahead and look at our forward situation. You got Ace Bailey, you got Jalen Williams, you got Cooper Flagg that would all get playing time over Lou Dort. And if we look at Lou Dort's recent stats over the past couple years, it started to dwindle a bit. He hasn't averaged 10 points per game recently, but oh my goodness, look at those stats. He was shooting 65% from the field, 60% from 3. I mean, that is like peak basketball right there, peak efficiency. I don't know how you can top that. I feel really bad about this. I mean, I guess it really just makes sense to give up Nick Claxton, especially because he's not even averaging a full block per game anymore. His stats have really started to diminish. He probably still has trade value, if we're being honest. I feel like we could probably get this done. Could we just do Nick Claxton for the first pick straight up? Would that work? That would not work. Okay, what if we did Nick Claxton in the 15th pick and we still keep the 8th pick? Not gonna work. Okay, we'll do Nick Claxton and the 8th pick. Not gonna work. Nick Claxton and the 8th and the 15th pick. Not gonna work. Let's add a second round pick to that. Not gonna work. We're just gonna keep on trying. Keep on trying. Come on. Come on. Take the bait. Take the bait. What if we added, I don't know how good the Hawks are. I have not looked at that. What if we add unprotected first round pick? Let's keep these second round picks just in case. And there we go. They took it. They took it. They took our pick. Our pick's going to be worthless, so that's good. So Nick Claxton is gone. He is no longer on this team, and that is okay because we are now bringing in a new generational talent in Jose Mendez. Vertical, Jose Mendez with a 38-inch vert bench. Jose Mendez towards the top. There's this Otis Shelton guy that was pretty good. Mendez, not really a three-point shooter. That's okay. Neither was Claxton. He is pretty fast, I would say, kind of, maybe. He's not the fastest, but okay. I don't know. He still seems like a generational talent type player. If we look again, yeah, ceiling is Hall of Fame. No significant weaknesses. I'm feeling good about the guy. He's starting out as an 82 overall. If we look at some of his attributes, he definitely has potential. He's got an 81 post fade, 91, 92 shot IQ, 81 hands. What else he's got going on here? Defensive rebound, 81. Does he have any badges? Can we see that? Oh, yes. He's got some good badges to start out, too. Box out beast. Love to see that. All right, we're on the clock, and no trade offers for this pick. Interesting. I'm curious if we put it in the trade finder. Whoo, man, Tyrese Maxey pops up. 27-year-old Tyrese Maxey for the first pick in Cason Wallace and then Rui Hachimura, but we don't want to do that. We could get finessed and take Claxton and the 8th pick back, and we basically just give the Bulls more picks. We could get Okongwu and DeJounte Murray as a backup guard. No thanks. We could get the 2nd pick in Cameron Johnson. Not really interested in that. We could get a 35-year-old Anthony Davis in the 5th pick. Not interested in that. Paolo and Malik Monk. I'm just curious, any other quality offers? Amen Thompson, who's got a really bad three-point shot. If we look at his three-point stats, it's atrocious. I don't know why he keeps shooting them, but he does. He keeps on keeping on. I mean, look at that. There you go. Keeps on trying. More kudos to him, I guess. Yeah, all right. We're taking the guy. We're taking Jose Mendez. No questions. Hold on. Let's look at the mock drafts again. Yeah, no questions. From Argentina, Jose Mendez. Welcome to the squad. And of course, we're not gonna sign any of these second round picks. We probably should have traded the picks or at least seen what was available. Team options, Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, VJ, Edgecombe. I need to see how long their team options are for and to see if we need to look into re-signing them soon. Yeah, Ace Bailey we do. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. This is the season. This is the off season. Oh boy. Okay, contract extensions. Look at all these guys. Will resign, will resign, will resign, will resign, will resign. Okay. We need to focus on the guys with 1 year left first, and then we can worry about the other guys later, I would say. Let's get this done first. So, Cooper Flag, I just want to see how much we can knock these down to where they'll still accept it, because the lower the better. We got a lot of guys, a lot of money going around. It's probably, it's pennies. It's not going to make too much of a difference, but we're just going to try. We're going to knock these down a little bit. Try not to insult them, if you will. Look at this. We only had room to even sign one guy to stay under the hard cap. That's the trouble we're in. That's, all good things must come to an end eventually. So this is the season where we will need to trade Cason Wallace. We'll need to trade Lou Dort. We'll need to trade, we're keeping Jose Mendez. Isaiah Joe might need to go. We got a lot of guys. Giddey might need to go. We need to be strategic now. We can no longer have the super team. It's been nice winning 4 championships in a row, but financially you just can't pay all of these guys. So yeah, we can't even re-sign Shea at the moment. We can't re-sign Chet at the moment. We're gonna get to the trade deadline, and This might be, geez, this is just tough because I want to re-sign these guys. I can't re-sign these guys right now. I would have to make the trades now. I mean, how are we feeling about 89 overall Jalen Williams? I feel like we actually prefer Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey at this point. You know, Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey both averaging more points per game, and I believe defensive stats are also better, and I also think that they're shooting better percentages. No, Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey are shooting worse from three than Jalen Williams, but they're averaging more points. It's difficult, but I also think, what are they averaging? They're all averaging similar minutes per game too, man. I think Jalen Williams is the odd man out because he's older. These guys are going to be around for longer. I mean, Cooper Flagg we're keeping for sure. Yeah, this is time. It's time for the core to break up. I think we have to make the moves. Do we do it now or do we do it next offseason? Get another first round pick? Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can win 5 in a row. Win 5 in a row, and then we'll have to break up some of the core. And, you know, I don't want to say full rebuild because, I mean, it's not really a full rebuild. We're still going to have like 290 plus overall players on the team, but we have to give some guys up. If this was real life, of course, I would think that these guys would have the awareness to sign for less money, but just because of the nature of 2K and they have attributes and overall ratings that kind of that's what's used to justify how much they get paid or how much they want to get paid. So yeah, it's unfortunate. All right, who wants a championship? Drew Holiday, do you want another championship? Why not? Let's give him one. I also saw a familiar face here, TJ McConnell. Yes, sir. Bring on TJ McConnell. Anyone else? Anyone else want a championship? Jeremy Grant, want to come back to the Thunder? Here you go. Minimum contract. Do we bring James Harden back to the Oklahoma City Thunder to get him a championship? Will he sign a minimum contract? No, he won't. All right, guess he doesn't want to ring chase that bad. Rudy Gobert, he's going to want too much money as well. Kenrich Williams, sorry we traded you earlier. Let's get you a championship. Or wait, was he around? I don't remember if he was around at the time that we had won the first championship. Yes, he was. He was on the team 2024 to 2025. Unless I released him, I really don't remember. How many games did he play? I don't know. He played 3 games. I'm not sure if we traded him or not. He might not have. He might not have been on the team. I don't know. Not much progression other than Cooper Flagg going up to an 88 overall, and then a lot of regression from the veteran players that we just signed. So like I said, we'll keep this core together for 1 more year, and then there is going to be a bit of an overhaul. We got Shea at the 1, Giddey at the 2, Ace Bailey at the 3, Cooper Flagg at the 4, Chet at the 5. Jalen Williams is coming off the bench. VJ Edgecombe, Cason Wallace, Jose Mendez, the rookie, the generational talent, also coming off the bench and getting some minutes. And then we got the rest of the squad, including Lou Dort. And what a horrible start to the season. We're up 3-0 right now in the regular season, but Shea with a torn right bicep out for 6 to 8 weeks. That is very unfortunate. Oh my goodness. And another injury. Another injury. Goodness, it just doesn't stop. Thank goodness this team has a lot of depth because, man, I mean, this is just rough. We're stopping the simulation at the trade deadline. Just want to reassess things here. We do have the Hawks' first pick in the 2029 draft, the upcoming draft, and then other than that, our plethora of draft picks has finally depleted. Just a bunch of our original first round, second round picks. So the Hawks right now, where are they at in the NBA? They are one of the best teams, if not, well, they're the second best team. So their pick is worthless. We took a gamble. We failed on that. As far as team morale, just looking to see if anyone is not happy about their playing time. And it seems like everyone is having a wonderful time. And it would probably be a poor decision to trade anyone at this point. As far as the prospects that are currently available, it doesn't seem... Well, I guess this guy's kind of the general consensus #1, except for this mock draft here, the Sporting News Big Board. I don't know if we've done enough scouting. Okay, wow. Ceiling, Hall of Fame, Michael Jordan. Well, Freddie Toole, it looks like we're going for the #1 pick again. But again, we've won 5 championships in a row so far, and I want to keep this core together for 1 more, so we're not going to make the trades yet. just we're going to continue on, and we're going to worry about all the re-signing. And oh my goodness, another injury. Yeah, we're going to worry about all the getting players re-signed and trading players and kind of, doing our overhaul then. Cooper Flag this time winning the MVP over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 21.5 points per game, 9 rebounds, a steal, a block, 3 assists. I mean, it's just looking incredible. Bronny James is in the league, 6th man of the year with the Brooklyn Nets, Wemby Defensive Player of the Year. And of course, we once again have another 70-plus win season, winning Coach and Executive of the Year. Where is Shai? He is... goodness, he's not on the all NBA first, second, or third team, but he is on the all defensive second team. Very unusual. Jose Mendez is on the all rookie first team, not winning rookie of the year, but that's all right. He averaged 11 points per game, 7 rebounds, and almost a block. So not too bad for his first NBA season with 20 minutes per game. We had 3 players average 20 plus points per game this season. Chet with 20, Shai with 20, Cooper with 21. They're all getting their defensive stats as well, racking up some steals and some blocks. We had 5 other players with double digits in scoring. And the big candidates to trade away this offseason that are looking to get paid a lot of money: Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort, and Cason Wallace for sure. And then we're probably going to have to end up trading one of these other guys. I'd imagine like Josh Giddey is probably at the top of that list. First round matchup, the Los Angeles Clippers, who now have Ja Morant. Oh my goodness, they have a star-studded squad. They got Darius Garland off the bench, OG Anunoby. Oh my goodness, how many 80-plus overall players do they have on this team? This is insane. This might be a tough series to win. We win game 1, win game 2. How is this team an 8 seed? I have no idea. They've tied the series. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Are we going to break our championship streak? No, you're going to continue to play. Yeah, good. All right. I can't believe this. There's no way. We can't lose now. We've won 5 in a row. We wanted to keep this core together to win a 6th one. We can't just throw it away now. Going into game 7 at home against the 8 seed. Again, I don't get how this team was an 8 seed. Oh my gosh. Shai's healthy again. Good. Thunder up big early in the first quarter. That was like a 30-point lead. My goodness. There's no way they come back from this, right? No way. No way at all. We end up winning 138-98. What a way to come back from a 3-2 deficit. On to the next round against Wemby. The first time matching up with the Spurs in the playoffs during this championship streak. It's actually kind of unbelievable. They have a pretty star-studded squad as well. They got DeJounte Murray, the return to San Antonio, coming off the bench as the 6th man. They got D'Lo. They got some other notable names that are still sticking it around in the league. OKC winning the first 2 games. Can we get the 3rd game on the road? Yeah, you're playing through that injury. End up winning game 3. Ooh, here we go. 3-0 comeback? No, sir. We are moving on to the conference finals against Portland once again. And where is Scoot Henderson? He's coming off the bench, surprisingly. We lost game 1 at home. Oh no. Lost home court advantage, gained it right back. Jalen Williams, glad to see that you're okay, playing through that injury. It is a close series, and we end up winning this one 6 games. Chet Holmgren winning the Western Conference Finals MVP. Now going up against the Atlanta Hawks, whose draft pick we have Steph Curry still in the league, 41 years old, starting on this Atlanta Hawks team, leading them to an NBA Finals. They got Bilal originally from Washington. They got Scotty Barnes, Okongwu, Damian Sarr. This is such a weird roster, or like a weird combination of players that I never would have even imagined. They got some veterans off the bench like Grayson Allen, Hunter Dickinson. Okay, here we go. We'll just see what happens, and Chet gets injured, but we end up winning game 1 anyways, losing game 2. Chet is back and winning game 3, getting home court advantage right back up 3-1. Oh, it's a close one, and we end up winning in 6 games. Chet Holmgren, Finals MVP. We've won now, what is that? 6 championships in a row, I believe. 2025, 26, 27, 28, 28. No, sorry. We just won 5 in a row. Drew Holiday gets another ring, riding off into the sunset. TJ McConnell getting his first ring, riding off into the sunset for him. we're just getting all kinds of veteran players their first ring. Steph is going to retire after losing the finals, and he is going to enter the Hall of Fame and, of course, get his jersey retired. Harden as well is going to retire from the league. The Knicks end up getting the #1 pick in the draft lottery, so that is the team whose pick we want to get. Okay, so here we go. We got Ace Bailey and VJ Edgecombe. They're going to be restricted free agents, so we are probably, I just don't see a world in which someone's not gonna offer them a big contract and we're gonna have to match. So we just have to expect that we're gonna need to match. Okay, that's end of the day. That's what's gonna happen. So we're gonna try to get that rookie at shooting guard. So Josh Giddey, I think you're gonna have to go. Let's look at the stats of some of these other guys. VJ Edgecombe, although he's not getting the rebound and assist numbers that Giddey is getting, he's getting more points per game, and unfortunately, due to the circumstances, we can either get something for Giddey or lose VJ for nothing. So we trade Giddey, we trade Case and Wallace, we trade Dort. Obviously, we keep Mendez. Isaiah Joe, his contract might be low enough that it won't matter, but the more money available, the better. And then Jalen Williams is kind of a toss-up. Also, I need to see if there's any players that aren't willing to do contract extensions, but we can't actually look at that until we get to the free agency period. So what we need to do first, Shea is 31 years old, and eventually he's going to start declining, but for the time being, he's not. And I think if we're going to try to win 10 championships in a row, which I am setting as the new goal now, just the rebuild ends once we lose the championship. Okay, that's where we're setting the expectations now. We've won 5 in a row. Let's just keep riding the wave. So we're keeping the big three: Shea, Chet, Cooper Flag, unless of course Shea or Chet are unhappy and they're not going to be willing to resign. Then we might want to consider other avenues. Ace Bailey we want to keep at 22 years old. VJ at 23 years old, we want to keep him. So Jalen Williams is candidate #1 to look to trade for that #1 pick. Josh Giddey as well. So what we're gonna do, I think it was the Knicks. The Knicks had that #1 pick, so we are going to see what kind of trade offers come up. Cooper Flag. No, we are not giving you Cooper Flag. So what we will end up doing is putting this in manually, and let's just see what happens if we put Case and Wallace. And hold on, actually first we need to put our own first round pick. So we have it's the 29th pick, of course, and then let's just see what they say. Ooh, they're willing. Oh my goodness, no, we're not giving you a Cooper Flag. I'm sorry. I should have marked them as untouchable, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead, put Case and Wallace there, and they're over the salary cap. Oh, brother. We need someone that's on an expiring deal. DiVincenzo is definitely on an expiring deal, so he doesn't have a player option, right? I don't think. No, honestly, that would be fine. We'd be willing to take on DiVincenzo's contract. They still have another $7 million that they would need to give up, and they don't have any more expiring contracts. Oh, this is rough. So if Case and Wallace is not going to work out, Josh Giddey's definitely not going to work out. I really don't want Julius Randle. We have no interest in keeping Randle. If we acquire Randle in this trade, we would need to flip Randle ASAP. We need to make it a 3-team trade, no doubt. So since it looks like it's either Randle's contract or we throw on this Louis Childress player, which, oh no, we can't. He's an expired contract. Man, they don't have a lot of guys. Sure, I guess we'll put Julius Randle in there, and Josh Giddey. I mean, they're not going to want Josh Giddey. I already know they're not going to want Josh Giddey. Nope, they don't want him at all. What if we add some more second-round picks? Nope, they're not biting on that. We can't give them any more players unless we do something else. They just don't have enough bad players on their team. If we put Josh Hart, do we have anyone that's got comparable pay? Lou Dort. We'd give up Lou Dort. Would you be happy with that? No. Well, this is certainly a struggle, but we have to make this work. We have the next Michael Jordan available, so what if we give up that pick? No. Are you kidding me? What if we just add another second-round pick? Does that work? No. What if we give you another first-round pick? Does that work? Come on. We are giving up so much in this deal. So much. What if instead of Giddey. We just, because Lou Dort's contract matches pretty well. What if, hold on, let me get rid of all these. Let's just do this trade. They're gonna say no. They put Jalen Williams there. I did comment earlier that Jalen Williams is kind of the first to go amongst Jalen Williams, Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey. They would want our 2031 pick, top 3 protected. We would definitely try to flip one of, is Josh Hart still getting boards? Because he's kind of a beast on the boards. What are his stats looking like? He's still getting boards. He's not shooting very well, but he's still getting those boards. Julius Randle, how's he been? He's not been bad, but we're not interested in keeping him around. We're doing this to get the top pick. All right, we're doing this to get the next Michael Jordan. Let's do it. We're done. And again, to make this a 3-team deal, we're gonna trade away Randle and Hart immediately. We need, at the, maybe expiring contracts, ideally we get draft picks. I just don't know how well the contract situation's gonna work out right now. It's a really difficult situation. I don't know which teams have salary cap. That would be a good thing to look out for. We might give them away for nothing, because I'd rather be able to match whatever offers our qualifying guys are being given. There does not seem to be a team in the league with any salary cap space at all. That is very unfortunate, but the lowest. Let's go for the lowest. We got the Detroit Pistons. They're pretty low. Who else? Who else is pretty low? We got the Blazers. We got the Warriors. So those are the teams that we can at least start with. Try to see if we can get something to work out to dump these contracts. Oh, here we go. If we just put Julius Randle in the trade finder without Josh Hart, there's a trade with the Timberwolves. We would get this year's 6th pick, which I don't even know if we're interested in, but at least it would be another potentially decent player that we could build up. So let's go ahead, make this trade, and then Josh Hart, come on down. What can we get for you? Can we get just a draft pick? Just a draft pick would not be nice. This trade for Jalen Noel. Oh, perfect. Okay, there's at least one available in the trade finder here. We can just get draft picks in return, dump the salary. The Timberwolves, yes, this would actually make the most sense to make it a 3-team trade. So perfect. We flipped Randle and Josh Hart in this 3-team deal. We get a bunch of picks from the Timberwolves. I think it works out very well. We also get that 1st-round pick from the Knicks. So we got rid of one big contract in Lou Dort. Cason Wallace would be the next candidate to try to free up some space on our roster financially. I'm not expecting a ton of good offers here. This one, at least we'd work our way down a little bit. And then the other candidate, of course, Josh Giddey. Again, I wouldn't expect a team to be able to afford to trade draft picks for him, but there you go. Like, the Mavs could afford to give Paul Reed and Vince Williams. Who else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. And if we package the two of them together, there's six available offers that it would free up a little bit of space, but I don't think it's enough to really consider. Oh my goodness, we could do Cason Wallace, Giddey, and the 6th pick for Zion Williamson and Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen is on the last year of his deal, it looks like. Yeah, that wouldn't really make much sense. We'd probably end up flipping Jarrett Allen to go somewhere else. Zion, no, this doesn't make sense. We actually might want to use that 6th pick. You know what we could try to do? We could try to trade up in this draft. Is there a guy that's considered number 2 in this draft? We got All-NBA, yeah. Oh, Hall of Fame. Guys with ceilings that are Hall of Fame. And Kawhi Leonard, George Gervin, that's their player comp. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Wait, how's this guy compared to Kawhi Leonard when he's a below average finisher and plays below the rim? I don't follow that. Okay, we're going to commit to it. Time to trade Giddey for peanuts. Paul Reed and Vince Williams Jr., welcome to the team. We're going to go ahead and flip them right away. Sort of simulating a 3-team deal, if you will. I'm just hoping someone is able to afford giving us draft picks. I mean, this trade look here, this looks fine right here. That honestly, we could bring back Jalen Williams, the backup center, and otherwise not a whole lot showing up here. So yeah, let's complete the 3-team trade with the Boston Celtics. We'll give them this year's 2nd-round pick, the last pick in the draft. We'll get Marty Felder, 2028 1st-round pick. That that's actually not that bad of a deal. And then the last big name to kind of get out the door so we can clear up some space to potentially get some keep our guys, be able to match any offers that they might get, that we could what the Celtics are like, we're ready to give up Paul Reed and Vince Williams already. We don't like them. It would make for like some kind of goofy 4-team trade. Honestly, I'm all for it. We actually might consider that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. I already did the trade. There you go. We're going to put them back in once again and get some draft picks for them from a different team. Surely there is a team that is willing to do the trade to give us the draft picks, but all I'm seeing is Jalen Williams and a 2032 first-round pick. Yep, this is definitely our best deal as far as lowering the salary, so congrats, Indiana. You're going to get a couple of decent players. We are going to get a couple of guys on rookie contracts, some more centers. I have no idea how they're going to fit on this team, but we'll figure that out later. We might go ahead and trade them partway through the season. So at this point, I am hopeful. By the way, the teammate chemistry is down a little bit because of all the trades, but I am hopeful that now that we've made those moves, we should have enough money to re-sign our main guys. We have the #1 draft pick. With the 6th pick, I do wonder if we want to maybe trade this for some future first-round draft picks. I'm not looking to add any players to this team. We don't need to. Like right here, we could get 2 2031 first-round draft picks from the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know who those are. Like I have zero clue. I have zero clue. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Why not? Let's see what the Lakers are offering here. The Lakers and the Minnesota pick. Who's on those teams? That's 2 years from now, so I would prefer they kind of be middle of the road teams. Timberwolves, they still have Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and they're looking like beasts. But the rest of this team, I mean, we just gave them Julius Randle and Josh Hart. And then the Lakers team. Who do the Lakers have right now? They have Jason Tatum, Courtney Dawkins, Anthony Davis. Yeah, this team's garbage. Honestly, and this team will probably be middle of the road too. The deal to get those picks might be worth it over keeping the 6th round pick, because I'm not really feeling confident in the guys that are listed at the 2 and the 3. The guy that's going #1 seems like he's going to be a good player, and we could definitely use a future first round pick or 2 in a couple years, because we're probably going to run into a similar situation. We can't pay everyone, so I'm down to do that. We're going to trade the 6th pick, and then last but not least, we do have a 2nd round pick this year that we honestly have no need to keep. If we can just trade that for a future pick, I don't care in what draft. Like this right here from the Clippers, I don't know how good the Clippers are, but any 2nd round pick will do, so we'll go ahead, make that trade, and there you have it. If we look at the upcoming draft picks, we have the #1 pick in this year's draft from the New York Knicks, and going into next season we have our own pick, a couple 2nd round picks. We got some moves to make in 2031, so let's go ahead and get things started. On the clock, we got some trade offers for this #1 overall pick. I'm sure they're all awful, and yeah, to be honest, they all kind of stink. They all stink. We don't want to do any of those deals. We'll go ahead and take our guy, Freddie Toole, the guy that's being compared to Michael Jordan. He's a player comp, no significant weaknesses. If properly utilized, can help out nicely right away. That is what I like to hear. We will go ahead and draft him. He is an 81 overall from Australia. We'll go ahead and sign him to that rookie contract. Get to the team and player options. Of course, there are none. Luka declines his player option with the Sacramento Kings. Looks like he may be on the move once again. Qualifying offers, of course, offering to Ace Bailey and VJ Edgecombe. And then looking at our roster at the current moment, we are short quite a few players. We've had to give away some guys. But yeah, we do have the 2 new rookies coming in, and then the goal is to re-sign Shea and Chet if possible. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. Can we offer them extensions? They are still willing to re-sign. Isaiah Joe is willing to re-sign. I think we kind of need to re-sign these guys ASAP, because I want to guarantee that we have them, and then we're just hoping that we have enough money for the other guys. So let's go ahead and give Shea what he wants. Let's go ahead and give Chet what he wants. I'm going to hold off on re-signing Isaiah Joe for the moment because that is not a top priority. And then here we are, moment of truth. We're going to go ahead and start simulating and hope for the best. Hope no one's going to give them any offers. There's a lot of great players available, actually. Luka, Anthony Edwards, Cunningham. Yeah, there is a ton of talent available, so there's pretty good chances that we are going to get our guys. Right now, Ace Bailey not getting any offers from anyone else. VJ Edgecombe not getting any offers from anyone else. So far so good here in the moratorium period. And now entering the first day of free agency, there's still a ton of great players up towards the top. So I think we might be comfortable. We might be okay. And perfect. We're still to the point where they haven't gotten any offers. And okay, accepts qualifying offer, accepts qualifying offer. Perfect. Okay. So can we now offer them extensions? I don't think we can. Yeah, they're not eligible. All right, so next season we can or next off season we can go ahead and offer them more money. We now have 3 90+ overall players on this team: Shea at 98, Chet at 93, Cooper Flagg at 90, and Ace Bailey at an 88. Jose Mendez now up to an 84, VJ Edgecombe an 83. We got the next Michael Jordan, the Australian Michael Jordan, Freddie Toole, starting at an 81. Isaiah Joe is starting to decline. We might look to trade him for draft picks as well, but this team not quite as deep as before, and actually we need to sign some guys to some vet mids. Oh boy, we have entered that time period where things are starting to become way too unrealistic. We got guys that cannot get signed by anyone because no one has any money, but let's just see if any of these guys are willing to take, you know, 6 million maybe. Come on. Nope, no one. Zach Edey, you want some money? Nope. Okay. It is getting to the point where we might raise that hard cap value up because, again, it's just players keep asking for more money. Yeah, let's go ahead and bump it up. Not the salary cap value, I think, is fine. What's it at right now? I put the inflation rate up, but I don't think the salary cap has increased in value at all, actually. I don't really know why. Sometimes it just feels like the settings just do not work at all with these contracts. It just becomes very unrealistic. We're going to max that out. We're going to add like another, I don't know, 30, 40 million to this. Let's go ahead and make it 270 for now. And at this point, we should be able to, sorry, we're not going to extend anyone yet. We're going to try to sign someone. I don't know who. None of these guys want to take a contract for 6 million. Totally understandable. Oh, there we go. Desmond Bane, he declines the offer. That's fine. It's getting to the point where I don't even recognize any of these older veteran players. Monty Morris, we could bring Monty Morris on. Christian Wood, do you want an NBA championship? We could certainly give you one. Max Strus, we could give Max Strus an NBA championship. Oh, never mind. We only had one roster spot left. For some reason, I thought we had a ton more spots left. Oh, but I think the CPU like randomly signed some players. That's fine. So this is the first season where we might not win 70 games. I expect us to still be dominant. We got some great players off the bench, albeit they are very young players, but we're good. We got a star-studded starting lineup. It's just we've lost a bit of depth because of the circumstances of what has occurred. And once again, just to confirm, no eligibility for contract extensions except for Isaiah Joe. So we will go ahead and move on through the regular season. Cooper Flagg wins the MVP, looking great. Freddie Toole, Rookie of the Year, coming off the bench with 11 points per game. Sixth Man of the Year is Marco Jackson, as opposed to Mark Jackson on the Indiana Pacers. Wemby with the Defensive Player of the Year and Coach of the Year. Hold on, did I say no more 70-win seasons? Hold up. Yeah, we just tied what I believe was our record for the best regular season win-loss in NBA history, 75 wins, 7 losses. We'll go ahead and take that. Cooper Flagg is All-NBA first team. Shea is All-NBA third team. All defensive first team goes to Cooper Flagg. We don't have Shea on the all defensive teams anymore. And of course, Freddie Toole is on the all rookie first team. So of course, we finished top in the standings once again. And looking at the player stats, Ace Bailey averaging 20 points per game. Shea is basically at 20 points per game. We got Chet and VJ, and Jose Mendez is doing his thing. He's not getting as many blocks as I was kind of hoping he was going to get in his career, but it's still a good contribution. It's probably because you already got Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey getting the blocks as well, so what do you expect? Freddie Toole, he's shooting a good percentage from the field. It's not too shabby. It is his rookie year, so shouldn't be high expectations. The first round matchup is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. They still have Kyrie Irving on the team. They got Miles Turner, and the rest of the roster is so-so. We end up winning game 1, game 2. Come on, let's get that sweep. You are going to be playing through that strained hip the rest of the playoffs. I do not care. We end up losing game 4, missing out, and we get the gentleman's sweep. Going on to the second round against the Sacramento Kings, who, they still got Luka. Luka came back. They got Derrick Jones Jr., former Dallas Maverick. They got Domantas Sabonis, Keontae George. They got a pretty decent team. That's not too bad. They got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is still in the NBA. What do you know? All right, Thunder winning the first 2 games, winning the third game, getting, is it another gentleman's sweep? There you go. Against Wemby and the Spurs in the conference finals. DeJounte Murray starting. Johnny Flanders. Who's that? That sounds like the most made-up name of all time. Johnny Flanders. I should know who he is. He's in the 2025 draft class. University of Kentucky, Drake Powell. What else? We got Devin Vassell. We got Hugo Gonzalez. So they got a pretty decent team assembled there, I would say. Probably more than decent, actually. And we're going to win the first 2 games at home, winning, not good. Okay, we got a 3-1 lead. Looking good. Shea wins Western Conference Finals MVP. We're going against the Brooklyn Nets. They got De'Aaron Fox on their roster, as well as DeAndre Ayton, who's making his first return to the NBA Finals in several years. VJ Edgecombe, welcome back to a fully healthy playing style. I don't even know what I'm saying right there. Thunder are going to end up sweeping. We win a 6th championship in a row. Cooper Flagg wins the Finals MVP. Kyrie, at 38 years old, is going to retire a Dallas Maverick. And Christian Wood, we got him his first and only NBA championship. He's going to ride off into the sunset with that NBA championship. We have our draft pick this year. I don't believe we are going to use it. Honestly, it might be worth trading that back to another year. I don't think we have any need to use that draft pick. Are the Chicago Bulls good? Man, it would be nice if we could get a first round pick from it's the last pick of the draft. It's not worth anything. We could trade up to get the Nuggets first round pick at 27, but that's not really ideal. Come on. Is anyone willing to offer their first round pick for next season? Of course not. I guess we'll just play the trade up game. We're going to trade up to the 27th pick. I'm just trying to get picks for next season. I do not care about picks for this season. This season's a wash. We got the Celtics and Lakers pick next year, as well as the Timberwolves. We're just trying to accumulate as many picks as possible. Here's one that's interesting, a 2032 first round lottery protected pick from the Hawks. Anything else? A 2032 protected from the Magic. I'm not seeing another lottery protected pick. No. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just have to pick our poison here. Are the Trailblazers bad now? I have no idea. I feel like their guys are aging. That might be the one to go for. The Hawks maybe as well. And then no, we don't. We just trade with the Nuggets. We'll do the Blazers one. We'll risk it on the Blazers one. Why not? So with us having no draft picks in this draft, we are going to move forward to the rookie signing. Of course, no one to sign. And then we're getting here to the team and player options. Why would we decline this? They're 78 overall. These are trade pieces right here. I mean, unless you're telling me we don't have the room to sign other guys, I don't know why we wouldn't keep these guys. Personally, they're trade pieces. They're all young. We keep them, and then let's look and see who's available. Paolo is available. I don't care. We just need to get our guys back. Qualifying offers. Now, these guys, I do not care about bringing back at all. We're going to let them walk. And here you go. Ace Bailey is being sought after winning several championships in a row. No one can afford to pay for him, so we have that edge. We'll go ahead and offer him a 5-year contract. And then the other guy that we are interested in bringing back, VJ Edgecombe, he's got 0 offers, but you know what? We are going to offer him a 5-year deal as well. Let's go ahead, simulate forward, and we got our guys back. Perfect. Now at this point, I'd say the need, if there ever was a need, which need is a strong word, right? I think we got a pretty deep team already, but we could use some backup forwards because we really don't have any. And other than that, maybe like a veteran backup point guard. But yeah, otherwise we're pretty solid right now. So I think we can afford to sign someone to the mid-level exception. We could go for Trey Jones or Jordan Hawkins here. But again, I would prefer a forward. So either Vince Williams Jr. or David Roddy. Heck, actually, you know, DeAndre Hunter would not be a bad pickup. So let's go ahead, offer him a contract, and he will go ahead and accept that. We'll also go ahead and sign Grayson Allen to a deal. And with a couple more roster spots, let's get the veteran Markelle Fultz in here. Why not get him a championship? And then one more spot available. I would say Kenyon Martin Jr. would be nice. Terrence Mann. Aaron Wiggins. We could bring Aaron Wiggins back to the team. We traded him right away, I believe, if I remember correctly. Let's go ahead and see when he was on the team. Yeah, we let him go. He was not on the team. So let's pay him back. Bring him back on for the minimum contract deal and get him his first championship, potentially. So the roster going into next season and the player progression, Shea, Chet, and Cooper have all plateaued. We got Ace Bailey at an 89, Freddie Toole, the Australian Michael Jordan, making a big jump up to an 86 overall. Jose Mendez an 85 overall now. VJ Edgecombe seems like he's plateaued at 24 years old. That's kind of disappointing. He's still playing well, don't get me wrong, but maybe he's someone that we should consider trading for draft picks as well. We got this guy here who I think we traded for him in that one trade to get rid of some of our heavy contracts, and to be honest, we have no need for him. We might look to trade him actually. Isaiah Joe's starting to regress, but he's a OKC Thunder player for life now. You know, he did start with the 76ers, but we're keeping him around through the end. So Isaiah Joe's willing to do a minimum extension for another 2 years. Can we do more than that? Would he do a 3-year minimum extension? Perfect. Just the more the merrier, so I don't have to keep thinking about it. Starting lineup, we got Shea at the 1, VJ at the 2, Ace Bailey at the 3, Cooper at the 4, Chet at the 5. We got Freddie Toole and Jose Mendez off the bench, as well as Sasha. Yeah, see, this just doesn't work. This doesn't work. We don't need a 7 foot and a 7'4" guy. I mean, can this guy even move? Can he move at all? Like, is he fast? Because we just have 2 slow guys running around on the court. That's not going to do us any good. He can't really space the floor, and I doubt Jose Mendez can either. Yeah, we need to trade this guy. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad player at all. He just doesn't fit this roster or this team in any way, shape, or form. So we'll do this trade here just to add another unprotected first-round pick to our assembly of first-round picks, and then Jabari Walker doesn't seem like a bad guy to take. I mean, seems like a pretty solid player. Why not? I'd rather have someone at the 4 than someone at the 5, and then we are giving up our backup point guard, but you know what? That is okay. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. We have Markelle Fultz backing up. We got VJ Edgecombe, Freddie Toole. Freddie Toole can play backup point guard. That's fine. Cooper Flagg, another MVP award for him. Do we get any other awards? No, we did not get any other awards. We did get, I mean, I guess Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year. We were 1 game off from tying our record of 75 wins in a season, getting 74. Cooper Flagg, All-NBA first team. Shea nowhere to be seen for the second team or third team. Cooper Flagg, All-Defensive first team. Shea, All-Defensive second team. And going into the playoffs, we do have an injury. It's Freddie Toole with a broken left leg. Thankfully, it's day to day. He cannot play through it, so we're kind of waiting for him to recover from that. Otherwise, we got 4 players right now with the boosts. They got a 90+ overall rating. I mean, this team is stacked. Ace Bailey was the only other player on this team to get 20+ points per game. Shea, is he starting to fall off? I don't know. He's 98 overall, but he's not getting those 20 points per game anymore. We got VJ, we got Chet doing his thing. How many blocks per game are these guys averaging? We got 4 players with at least 1 block per game. Jose Mendez finally averaging over a block per game, looking great. Freddie Toole doing his thing off the bench, scoring well. He's averaging some good percentages. Nothing like extraordinary or anything, but you know, he's doing a good job. Golden State is the first round matchup. They have Tyrese Maxey now and the return of James Wiseman. I can't believe they actually went through with that. Freddie Toole has healed, so he will be back in the rotation just in time for the playoffs. And we're going to win the first 2 games. Sorry, I misspoke. We won the first 2 games. It looks like we might close this out in 5. There you go. Next matchup, the Clippers with Ja Morant and Pascal Siakam. That is a 37-year-old Pascal Siakam, a 31-year-old Ja Morant. End up losing the game 2 at home, and the Clippers are going to have home court advantage. Actually, we just took that right back. VJ Edgecombe is going to play through his injury, and we're going to win this one, yes, in 5 games. And it looks like it is, oh my goodness, Ace Bailey out for the season with a torn right MCL. And so we will now have VJ slide to the 3, Freddie Toole come in at the 2. That is a huge loss. We only have 1 player off the bench now. That is an 80+ overall, as the depth has definitely dwindled a little bit. And we're facing the San Antonio Spurs once again with Johnny Flanders, DeJounte Murray, and Victor Wembanyama. So, and the Spurs take game 1 on the road. It is going to be a tough series. We do get home court advantage right back, up 3-1. Did I say it's going to be a tough series? I guess not. We're going up against the Toronto Raptors in the NBA Finals. They have quite the mix of players. We got some NBA journeymen now. Miles Turner, who was recently on the Mavs. We have Zion Williamson, who was recently on the Cavs. Asar Thompson, Grady Dick. Yeah, they have quite the range of players here. Okay, and oh my goodness, that is not what you want to see. VJ Edgecombe now has an injury. So who's going to fill in? Grayson Allen is going to start for the Oklahoma City Thunder at the 3 in the NBA Finals. This is how you know things are starting to get a little bit more difficult. And Toronto does win game 1. Shea now has an injury. He's going to play through it. And the Thunder are going to pull out the next 2 games here, going up 3-1. And, okay, Shea's fully healed. That's perfect. And the Thunder end up winning the NBA Finals. Cooper Flag with the Finals MVP, averaging 25, 12, 3, and a steal and a block. Any players riding off into the sunset? Grayson Allen, who got the start, he is going to go ahead and retire at 35 years old. And I think that is all of the players that we had on our team that were veteran presences. Yeah, so what is that? 7 championships in a row. We won 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2031. So yes, Chris Middleton's going to get his jersey retired. And here we go, the draft lottery that we actually care about. Do we have, we didn't get any good picks. We messed this up. We messed this up big time. We have like 4 picks in this draft, and we are going to end up with the 12th, the 14th, the 20th, and the 22nd. Look, here's what I think we're going to end up doing here. So if we take a look at our players right now, this is the season in which we sign Jose Mendez and Freddie Toole to their team options, and after that I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So at least until next year. So what we should focus on is, I guess we're just going to trade those draft picks, you know, push them to next year, because none of these are good enough to, hold on, let's go ahead, see if there's any generational talents in this year's draft. This guy's not even general consensus #1. There is no general consensus #1. Maybe this guy. How's this guy? Ceiling Hall of Fame. We don't know who he's being compared to, but his ceiling is Hall of Fame. Vincent Austin. He is #1 in every mock draft except for the NBA.com draft projection from England, of all places. I think what we could do is, I don't know. Part of me feels like we should just trade these picks for a pick in the following year. Is anyone willing to take these and give us a higher pick? Pick 11? No, not really interested in that. Who has the number 1 pick? The Cavs. Okay, the Cavs have the number 1 pick. Let's see what they're willing to offer for it, if they're even interested in anyone. I'm not sure. Yeah, no offers selected. Great. Okay. I mean, look, we can trade our single picks for better picks, or more picks. I shouldn't say better picks. I don't know if these picks are better or not. I do not care to have any lottery picks right now. We're just going to go ahead, trade all of our current draft picks in this year's draft for future draft picks and just kind of play the odds. See if we can get a top 10 pick going into next season instead. So I just had the smart idea of also trading away our own first round picks because I already know they're going to be worthless, and for whatever reason they seem to have decent value just on the off chance that we end up not being good, I guess. So I'm just looking at some of these offers and they're not too shabby, some of them. We can actually get close to the lottery, but again, I don't really want that. I'm just trying to trade up and get the best value for future drafts. So no one wants the last pick in the draft. I can't find anything in the trade finder. That's fine. So going into next season, we'll have 2 top 3 protected picks as well as the Suns pick. And then going into the 2033, we've got 4 first round picks. Actually, this one I want to give up too. Anything that's our own first round pick is just not worth taking. Okay, this is it. Now the trades are complete. We got 3 first round picks next year, 2 of them top 3 protected, and then 4 first round picks the following year. There are going to be 2 of them that are also top 3 protected, and none of these first round picks are our own. So there's at least decent odds that one of these teams ends up being bad. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But that being said, we do not care at all about this draft, so we're going to simulate. Team player options. Jose Mendez, Freddie Toole staying on the team. Aaron Lloyd, we'll keep him around as well, even though he hasn't really gotten any playing time. We got some big names. Ja Morant and Jason Tatum declining their player options. DeJounte Murray, Donovan Clingan at an 88 overall. Yeah, wow, this free agency is going to be pretty interesting. No qualifying offers. And as far as the needs for free agency, it's really just a backup point guard and maybe a backup forward. That's pretty much it. So we'll sign the guard from Syracuse as our backup. It looks like, we can sign him for a decent deal here. That's looking nice. We can also bring Jabari Walker back on a 2-year deal. Oh my goodness, and Walker has decided to walk away from us. He's signing with the Spurs, the biggest, like our rival right now. That is our biggest rival, and you're walking away. Unbelievable. We're gonna sign fictional player Matthew Hurt from Duke University on a minimum contract. And then of course, let's get Josh Hart on a minimum deal. That's going to be our next veteran signing. Player progression. Shea is finally starting to regress a bit. He's going down to a 97. We are going to keep him on the team for the time being. Chet is a 93. Cooper Flag up to a 91. Jose Mendez and Freddie Toole both up to 89. Oh my gosh. Ace Bailey is regressing a little bit. That's okay. At 24 years old, there's a chance he could still go back up. We got the backup point guard here, Judah Mintz. He's looking at, I guess he regressed a little bit, is what it is. Aaron Lloyd, we have no need for him on this team, but he's there. We signed Naismith. We also signed DeAnthony Melton. I forgot to mention him earlier. In contract extensions, before I forget, which I did forget some guys, I think. We can offer Cooper Flag an extension, and actually we can only go up to 3 years. That's fine. That's fine. All right, Cooper Flag extended. Ace Bailey winning the MVP now. Talk about best player on the best team, because those stats are not looking like MVP stats. We got 22 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Now I say they don't look like MVP stats. I should say they don't look like modern day MVP stats, because obviously stat lines like that, 15, 20 years ago from the current time of where this simulation is at, yeah, those would probably be MVP stats. Anyone else worth mentioning here? No. However, if we look at our record, another 70-plus win season, 73 wins, 9 losses. Ace Bailey is on the All-NBA first team, and where in the world is Cooper Flag? Did he get injured? I have no idea. Shea and Ace Bailey are on the All-Defensive second team, and that's it. So there might be a real reason. No, Cooper Flag's there. He's there. We have 5 players right now that are on 90 plus overall. That is unheard of, insane. Ace Bailey and Cooper Flagg both had 22 points per game, both had 9 rebounds, both had a steal and a block. And in fact, Cooper Flagg had the better stat line. How in the world did Ace Bailey get the MVP over him? It must be marketing. I have no idea. Doesn't make sense. Shea's got 18 points per game. Freddie has got 18 points per game. Jose Mendez, 16-10, and he's got a block. Looking pretty good. VJ Edgecombe is a guy we might consider trading. I don't know yet. And who's this guy that we signed again in the free agency? We signed him for 1 year? Do we not sign him for more? How long did we sign him? 3 years. This guy's unbelievable. 80 overall, 28 years old. He's actually looking like a stud. First round matchup is going to be the Phoenix Suns, who still have Devin Booker. They got Stefan Cassell from UConn, and they have basically a bunch of bona fide scrubs. Just kidding. I'm sure they're decent, but not decent enough to get a win against this Thunder team. There you go. Yep, that's it. Thunder moving on to round 2 against the Clippers with Ja Morant. And who was the other guy they had previously? I thought they had like Pascal Siakam or someone. Maybe I'm misremembering that. Anyways, winning the first game, winning the second game. Can we get the sweep here? And yep, we do. Over on the other side of the bracket, I am seeing the San Antonio Spurs. And we have, where is he at? Where is he at? Jabari Walker. I see you right there. You got your ring with us, and now you think you can just walk on over to the other side? No, sir. Oh my goodness, we just lost game 1. Oh no, please no. Please don't prove me wrong. Okay, sweet. Sweet, we won in 5. That's what you get for walking away, Walker. Cooper Flagg gets the Western Conference Finals MVP. We're going up against the Brooklyn Nets, who still have De'Aaron Fox. They got Jalen Duren, DeAndre Ayton. Let's go ahead and start simulating these games. Up 3-0, and uh-oh. Please no comebacks. Please no comebacks. There we go. 1-6. Cooper Flagg gets the Finals MVP, averaging 30 per game, along with, 2 blocks per game. That's looking nice. So that is now what? That is 7 in a row. So we need to win in, oh no, that's 8 in a row. So we just need to win in 33 and 34. We'll get our 10 championships in a row. And, this wasn't going to be a challenge per se. It was just going to be an offseason rebuild, but why not? Why not make it a challenge? Josh Hart and DeAndre Hunter riding off into the sunset with some rings. Again, just kind of helping guys out as they leave the league. Draft lottery time. We have one pick in the lottery. I guess I didn't trade with the right teams. Again, here we are. We got the 13th pick, 18th pick, where else? The 27th pick. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. Nope, that's it. 13, 18, 27. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. It is once again time to see if we want to trade up. Let's see if the package of the 3 of them gets us anything worthwhile. Not really. So the worst team last season was by far the Philadelphia 76ers. And where did they fall in this draft? They got the number 2 pick. They'll still probably be a bad team. So let's go ahead, see if we can get any Sixers picks. Okay, and they still own their first round picks, so that's good. If we try to snag this unprotected, they want VJ Edgecombe. I'm not really buying that. No, sir. We're not going to give you VJ Edgecombe. We're going to give you a bunch of picks that you probably don't want, but you're going to get them and you're going to like them. What if they'll just take this 1 pick? No, they don't like that. What if we give them, no, let's give them a worse pick. Yeah, actually, you know what? Get rid of that. We just start off giving them our worst picks. Let's give them the 27th pick and the 18th pick. Will they take that? No, they don't. Okay, fine. We'll give them the 13th and 18th, and they agree to do that deal. And then another team that was bad last season. Oh, I missed some. The Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets. Let's go ahead and look at where they fell. The Nuggets are 5th, and I already forgot the other team. My goodness. Look, we can go for the Nuggets pick. Why not? The Nuggets cannot trade away their pick because they've already traded away all their picks. All right. Okay, that's right. It was the Utah Jazz. We also have the Dallas Mavericks here, so we can consider them as well. Where did they all fall? The Jazz. Oh my goodness. Are the Jazz not going to get a top pick in this draft? Oh my goodness. Where are the Jazz? Where are the Jazz? They fell so far in the standings. Did we have their pick? Wait, what, am I missing something? No. Where's, oh my goodness, the Rockets have their pick. They would have had the #1 pick. What an epic fail by the Utah Jazz. So let's see if we can get, okay, they can't give us their 2033. We don't care about the 2034 because at that point we're done. We're ending this whether we lose a championship first or we get to 10 championships in a row. Okay, so next up would be like the Mavericks or the Cavs. They also fell out of the top 5, so that's looking solid, although the Mavs have 2 picks. So maybe we try to go for the Cavs pick first. No offers found. Great. We're going to make our own offer. Okay, and the Cavs agreed to our offer. We trade them a few of our future picks because we're not continuing this beyond 10 years, so why not? So going into the next season, we have 4 unprotected first-round picks. We got 2 of them that are top 3 protected, so if they fall at like 4 or 5, that would be pretty ideal. Team player options. Freddie Toole. Yes, sir. We are going to sign you to that team option. And what else we got going on here? I think yes, Jose Mendez qualifying offer. Aaron Lloyd, he's a good player. Matthew Hurt, we don't need to offer him one. And so far, Jose Mendez, we're gonna have to match some offers here. Oh, maybe not. No one can afford him. Sweet. Let's continue onwards. Before I forget, we do need to sign Freddie to an extension. We're gonna extend him for another 4. Oh no, we can't. We've hit that point again. We have hit that point again where we cannot afford to keep players because we got too many guys on big contracts. So we would probably, I would think, would end up trading away VJ on his big contract to be able to keep Freddie on this team long term. Now I might wait to worry about that until next season because he will become a restricted free agent. So I don't really have to worry too much about that, but let's just see. Let's see what's available for VJ if we can get someone that's on a smaller contract. I'm not really seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all. So this one's the closest one we got, to be honest. I don't like the deal, so we're gonna put up with it. Okay, now I don't know what just happened. I think we had a glitch because what's his face, Jose Mendez, was a restricted free agent, and we were not even given the opportunity to match. No pop-up at all. I don't know what happened. So we lost our star center, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Things just got a little bit more difficult, and I say star center, I mean star center off the bench. So now we have none other than Aaron Lloyd off the bench, which, don't get me wrong, I mean the team's still stacked, it's still a great lineup, but things just got a little bit more difficult, and a lot of players regressed. Shea's down to a 96, Freddie has gone up to a 91, Chet down to a 91, Cooper down to a 90, Ace Bailey. I mean, these guys, they should be hanging around the same overall. I'm kind of surprised they dropped, but it is what it is. And I almost forgot to show our rotation. We had a bad start to this season. I'm kind of surprised. I know we lost our main backup center, who was like a 90 overall, but still. Oh, this is bad. We have Grant Williams starting at the 4. Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't shift. Wait, did I forget about... Oh, no, I didn't forget about Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg got injured. So that's why we have this rough start right now, although our team is still very solid. But this is where it's going to get tough. We have to win the next 2 championships to get 10 in a row. Cooper Flagg is winning another MVP award. Do we have any other awards? No, we don't, other than Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year. And we are starting to show some vulnerabilities, guys. Not good. 62 wins. No longer getting our 70 wins. We are showing that we are a somewhat beatable team. And then for the All-NBA teams, Ace Bailey's on the All-NBA 3rd team, Cooper Flagg on the All-NBA 1st team. Defensive teams, Cooper Flagg on the All-Defensive 1st team, Ace Bailey and Shea on the All-Defensive 2nd team. No one else on the team averaged 20 points per game this season. Freddie is right up there, though, and again, he's going to be one of our main guys that we really we need him back. VJ, I'm sorry, we're going to trade you for a draft pick. It's going to happen in this offseason. And we got some other guys. We're just going to trade away as much of our expensive talent as possible to keep Freddie, Cooper, Ace, Shea, and Chet. We need those 5 back. First round matchup is against the 8 seed Los Angeles Lakers, who have Jason Tatum on this team. I do not recognize most of these other guys. Jalen Williams is here. Backup center Jalen Williams for the current current 2024 Oklahoma City Thunder. So we'll go ahead and start simulating, and so far so good. Can we get the sweep? There you go. The San Antonio Spurs are a 5 seed this season. They still have a very dominant lineup and some good players off the bench. They're just a little bit weaker than before. So they are definitely more beatable, and there you have it. End up getting the sweep against them as well. Golden State as a 7 seed is the other conference finals participant here. Who do we got? Josh Giddey. Shout out to Josh Giddey, 30 years old. Has he been an NBA journeyman? Where's he been going? Oh my goodness, he's played for so many different teams. Dallas, Detroit, Houston, Golden State. Oh boy, and how's he been doing stats wise? Pretty solid. He's one of the better players on the team, that's for sure. And we got Stefan Cassell from UConn, who's also been traveling around quite a bit. This is now his 3rd NBA team here on Golden State. And let's hope for the best, because even though it's a 7 seed, the team is pretty stacked. So far up 3-0, and we're going to sweep again. This Wizards team, who do they have? They have Amen Thompson, and oh my goodness, there he is. I don't know. I don't know if I did a setting wrong. I mean, we extended the qualifying offer. Like, we should have had the opportunity to match. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's because the finances weren't there. Like, we didn't have the money to match. Maybe that's why. That would make more sense. So, yeah, unfortunately, here we are against our star center that we lost. But let's see if we can win. Up 2-0 so far. Up 3-0. Oh my goodness, we almost went undefeated in the playoffs. Unfortunate, but hey, we still won. Cooper Flag, Finals MVP, almost averaging a triple-double with 1.5 steals and 2 blocks per game. Grant Williams gets his championship and gets to ride off into the sunset at 34 years old, and I believe that is it for our team as far as retired players go. And here we go, moment of truth. What odds do we have here at the number 1 pick? Not good odds. We have the 8th, the 11th, and the 12th position here. Skip to the lottery results, and we get 8th, 11th, 12th, 19th, 26th, and 28th. And I have zero clue who the number 1 prospect is. It seems like a general consensus number 1 guy. He's a point guard, 6'7". His ceiling is all NBA, so it's not like he's... who's it? Ceiling is Kyrie, floor is bench player. Ugh. That's not a good look, but hey, we might consider this guy as well. Albert Reynolds. He could fall as far as, he could be as high as the 4th pick and fall as far as the 23rd pick. So we need to trade whoever we can to be able to keep Freddie Toole on this team. We need to extend him going into this off season. And so yeah, we're trying to keep our big 5. Keep the star-studded lineup of Shea, Chet, Cooper, Ace Bailey, and Freddie Toole. So I think trading VJ Edgecombe is how we're gonna do this. He's injured. Oh, you can't trade him when he's injured, but how much longer is he injured? He says he's injured for the season. I honestly am about to just edit the player and make him not injured. It's kind of stupid. You can't trade him in the current state that he's in. Duration 4 days. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, you don't have an injury anymore. I'm editing this off. This is ridiculous. Okay, what kind of trade offers we're getting here? They're all for other players. I don't care about getting other players on this team unless they're going to be like a superstar. I really don't care. Jaden Ivey, no. Come on. Any draft picks? Tyrese Maxey at 32 years old. I mean, I guess he could play the Tool if we can't keep Freddie, but he's kind of an overpay. So with the Mavs having the number 1 pick, let's just see if we can trade them. Trade them VJ Edgecombe. See, wow, they have Paolo, they have Jaden Ivey, Jalen Durant. Wow, they got a lot of great players there. I like that lineup they got, actually. And it looks like they want Isaiah Joe and Ace Bailey and the 8th pick. I'm not gonna give them Ace Bailey. I will gladly give them VJ Edgecombe. I don't really want Jaden Ivey on this team. 42 million. My goodness, that is huge. I don't want Jaden Ivey. Who can we get instead? Oh, we could get some of their young guys that maybe they don't want. I don't know. I don't know what they want. Jaden Ivey seems like he's too good, but I mean, we can try this trade. and they don't like it. Time to start adding in additional draft picks. We can add in these two from the back end, and they don't like that. Let's go ahead, add in another one. They don't like that. Let's go ahead and replace one of these with one that's higher up. They do not like that. Let's go ahead and remove that one. Come on. We're just gonna keep moving up here. Oh my goodness. Isaiah Joe, you're not helping us at all. I'm sorry, Isaiah Joe. You got to be left out of this. Wizards pick next year. Oh, perfect. Okay, we got the #1 pick. We now have Jaden Ivey in place of VJ Edgecombe, but to be honest, I'm not really interested in keeping him around. If we could trade Jaden Ivey, because I'd rather have Freddie. I'd rather have the money to keep Freddie. Oh my goodness, an 86 overall, 36-year-old Jalen Brunson and the 7th pick. Ooh, no. Okay, this might be as good as it gets. Kobe Buffkin, and is this a randomly generated player? Undrafted 1-year pro, yeah. We could go with this trade. We could go with this trade. This one at least gets us another draft pick. But again, I guess I don't really care because this is going to be it. This is the last season. We need Freddie to stick around for it. I think we'll do this trade here. And we have seriously reduced our... Yeah, okay, we can't trade these guys. That's fine. We've seriously reduced our commitment to the salary cap. So that is perfect. I don't know if it's enough money to re-sign Freddie, but time will tell. We will find out. One more thing I forgot to do. We're in the draft now, by the way. We still have the 26th and 28th picks. I don't care about these. Can we just package these 3 and get something else in return? We can get 2 top 3 protected picks in the next couple years from the Clippers. I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know if actually, well, let's hold on to these. Because that one guy whose ceiling is Hall of Fame and whose floor is bench, maybe he's worth taking. Let's go ahead and just take our guy. I can't even pronounce this guy's first name. Ifeanyi from Nigeria. His last name's Christopher. We'll go ahead and draft him. 6'7" point guard from Nigeria. 235 pounds. Jeez, I just noticed that. He is huge. Okay, we are going to sim to our next pick. And then let's see if that one guy is still available. I'm not... Oh, here he is. Yeah, Albert Reynolds. Right, because, yeah, Hall of Fame Kyrie is the ceiling, floor, bench. Yeah, we're going to draft him. And then we have the 28th pick. I don't remember what our team needs are at this point. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how many point guards we have. That's a bit much. We're good. We have what? 2, 4, 6, 9, and what is that? 12? Or sorry, I can't do math right now. We have 14 players. We don't even need this pick, to be honest. We'll just take best available. Qualifying offer extended. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get it done. He is already racking up the offers. He's got one from the Bucks. He is preparing to, I'm assuming, sign. Let's just see, though. Where is he at? He's still there. What other offers has he gotten? Oh my goodness, he's got a lot of offers. Okay, he's prepared to accept an offer from the Pacers, given an opportunity to match. Perfect, we are going to match. We have the money. This is great. And there he is, back on the roster. We have our big 5, and then we have a bunch of, man, we have too many point guards. Okay, we need a couple forwards. We are going to get Trey Murphy, his first championship, assuming we can win it, and we'll get Jared Vanderbilt on board as well. Player progression. Shea is 35 years old. He is a 95 overall. Freddie has moved up to a 92 overall. Chet is on the last year of his deal. We will attempt to re-sign him if we can, and that's it. I mean, we got a deep team once again. Chet is willing to re-sign, and we can afford to. Perfect. Ace Bailey also looking to re-sign. We don't have the money for him, unfortunately, but you know what? That's okay, because this is it. This is where we are going to end things. Can we re-sign you? Okay, a mid-level exception. That's totally fine. Okay. Oh, Isaiah Joe, can't forget him. We can put him for the next 4 years on a minimum contract. Why not? Oh, and Shea. Shea is willing to re-sign. We can't afford to re-sign him either. All right, that's okay. This is it. This is the last year, 2033-2034 NBA season. We win this finals, we win 10 finals in a row. So this is it. This is for all the glory to get 10 championships in a row. Starting lineup: Shea, Freddie, Ace, Cooper, and Chet. Off the bench, we got the just most recent #1 pick, whose ceiling is, I forget what his ceiling was, to be honest. I think he was all NBA. We got Kobe Buffkin, we got OJ Kent, we got way too many guards. Honestly, might want to consider trading one of these guys. I'm not sure how it's gonna play out in a simulation when we got all of these point guards. Can we trade Cody Buffkin right now? I think we just acquired him in a trade. Yeah, cannot be traded for 45 days. OJ Kent, on the other hand, can be, and so can Judah Mintz. So let's look into trading him. Okay, I'm not finding any good offers for him. I don't care enough. I think this team can still win, so we're going to start simulating here. Cooper Flag, another MVP to the resume. Do we have any other awards? Any Rookie of the Year? Nope, but we have 67 wins on the season, another Coach of the Year, another Executive of the Year award. Cooper Flag is winning the All-NBA First Team. Who else? Anyone else? Nope. All-Defensive First Team, Cooper Flag. No one on the All-Defensive Second Team from the Thunder, and we have on the All-Rookie First Team the #1 pick. How did he do? We'll have to see in just a moment. That was a nice mustache, by the way, that just appeared on the screen. That was totally unexpected. Let's see. Cooper Flag with 21. Freddie with 20 points per game. Ace Bailey with 19. Chet with 18. Shea has started to fall off completely. He is 35 years old. He no longer needs to be the star of the show. OJ Kent with 11. And there you go, the #1 pick. Christopher with 10 points per game. 3 boards, 4 assists. You know, it's not bad. He's shooting a pretty good percentage from 3. I'm liking that. The defense, as has been the case the past few years on this team, is absolutely absurd. Ace Bailey as a forward is averaging a steal and a block. Cooper Flag with the steals and the blocks. Freddie with the steals. Chet with the blocks. Shea with the steals. The starting lineup has got to be one of the best starting lineups in NBA history. And the first round matchup is going to be none other than Dallas Mavericks, who have VJ Edgecombe. There you go. Coming full circle here. Let's see how VJ does against the Oklahoma City Thunder, his former team, winning several championships with them. And it looks like the Thunder, up 3-0, and okay, 3-1, end up going up 4-1, sweep that. It's like almost 2 in the morning at this point, sorry, 1:30 in the morning. I'm trying to get this knocked out for y'all. All right, Scoot is leading the way with the the Timberwolves once again. Nas Reed at an 82 overall is going to be starting at center for them, and they got some decent bench players as well, so it's going to be another tough series for this Thunder team. They do end up winning the first couple games at home, and they are going to get the gentleman's sweep again. And I see those San Antonio Spurs, those pesky Spurs on the other side. Wemby, still one of the best players in the league, and the Thunder have been keeping him from winning any MVPs or any championships. We're just ruining Wemby's legacy here as we go into this conference finals. Winning the first 2 games, the Spurs, okay, they lost one of the games at home, and there you go. The Thunder moving on to the NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers again. Feels like this has been a very common matchup. Tyrese Halliburton has been leading the Pacers in the Eastern Conference. You got Jalen Duren and Darius Garland on this team as well, and this is it for all of the glory. 10 championships in a row. Can it be done? Oh no. We are going to a Game 5. We're going to a Game 6. Come on. Oh my goodness, we're going to a Game 7. Oh my goodness. No, we can't come this close to getting 10 championships in a row just to lose it like this. No, sir. We must have some kind of injury. There's no other explanation. It's a close game to start out. We are starting to pull away here in the second quarter. Come on now. Okay, we're still good. Still good. Up by 20. Going into the fourth. Still up by double digits. It's kind of close. They could still pull off a miracle, and they're not going to. They are not going to. Ace Bailey leading the way in scoring for the Thunder. 27 points, 11 rebounds. Cooper Flag with 24 points. And where is Shea? Shea Wow, 12 assists. That's pretty nice. He only shot the ball 7 times. Shea is not even the leader of this team anymore at this point at 35 years old. Thunder have won another championship. Cooper Flag's finals MVP. Jared Vanderbilt can ride off into the sunset with his only NBA championship. And then if we go ahead, look at the league history here. Season awards, the only year in which the Thunder did not win the MVP was in 2026-2027. Luka winning the MVP with the Sacramento Kings. Otherwise, we had Shea winning 3, Cooper Flag winning 5, and Ace Bailey winning 1 of the MVP awards. We, of course, won Coach of the Year every single one of these 10 seasons. And there you have it, past champions. We won. Which teams did we go up against? Like I said, the Pacers were a regular opponent. We went up against them in 27-28, and then here we go again in Game 7 in 2034. End up winning it out. Finals MVP was shared. 3 of them were won by Shade. We had 1 by Chet, and we had the remaining, 2 by Chet, and the remaining 5 in the past 5 seasons from Cooper Flag. Something else cool I want to note before we end this video: Anthony Edwards beat out Michael Jordan for the record for most points in an NBA playoff game, getting 64 points on April 21st, 2025. What else? Who else would you expect to get this? I mean, I think Anthony Edwards, not surprised. Not surprised at all. And then one other highlight to note, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander getting 23 assists in an NBA playoff game. That is good for 3rd on the leaderboard. He's 1 short of tying for 1st, doing that in May of 2027. Click the video on the screen right now to watch another off-season rebuild.